What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's? It's your boy Gage. Sin is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Jokes is in the building.
Yo, yo.
And we are joined by Coop,
Yo.
Frosty,
Yep.
and the birthday boy, Domingo.
What we doing, baby? Yeah.
All right, so first and foremost, let's get that out of the way. Happy birthday, Domingo. You know what I mean? Happy born day. I hope it's been a wonderful, great day today. You feeling all right?
Man, I'm leaning, baby. I'm leaning.
Perfect. That means it's gonna be a wonderful show. What you have in front of you is not just Loading Snacks Weekly, but it is the Loading Snacks Movie Club Loading Snacks Weekly crossover event of the year, because it's the only one we did, and the only one and we are here in lieu of doing a normal movie club discussion this month. We are deciding the top 10 movie franchises of all time. And that is why we are here so early, because this is going to be tough. All right, so look, by show of hands, who had a tough time coming up with their list? All right.
For sure.
All right. For sure. By show of hands, who is still editing their list?
For sure.
All right, so look, a couple of ground rules. We're gonna keep it. What up, Doctor Who?
Yo.
Whenever we do something like this, that's exactly right. Here's how it is out here. We only need 3 more people, and we could play for real.
It could be some Hollywood Squares action.
That'd be hilarious.
That sounds like some Popeyes in pajamas to me.
I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that.
You know what I'm saying? Who trying to get extra? Who trying to get old? Look, whenever we do a top 10 list like this, we have some rules that we put in place that we really feel like it's the only way to keep it fair across the board. So what you're going to have happen is everyone on this panel is going to give their own top 10 list. We are not fighting or arguing about anyone's list. What's on your list is your list, unless you try to pull one of them sin joints and put some old shenanigans on there.
There's no shenanigans on my list. I don't believe there's no shenanigans on my list.
Something's
y'all
tied.
will tell me.
On there.
Can you put me next to Domingo?
Put
me next to Domingo.
Okay.
Oh,
There we go. I had one for you earlier. I
moved them together.
Did you know? Did you?
I had one for you. I was like, wanted to go now.
So what's gonna happen is everybody's gonna give their list. Whatever franchises are on multiple lists, those franchises will get an additional point every time it reappears on a list. We will tally those points in order to figure out what the order of the finalized list will be. Mm-hmm. Any ties, we got to fight for. We got to fight about it. We got to have that discussion and decide why something belongs in one space versus something else. That's just what it is. For those of you who are hanging out in the chat and watching, feel free to chime in or throw your own lists up.
Please do.
If you choose, I know I posted a long list of some of the things I was trying to narrow my list down from, and I want you to know that was not the final list that I was narrowing things down from. It's been tough, and I don't think this is going to get any easier as we begin to discuss this. But we're going to get ready to get underway. So here's what's going to happen. we're going to use this list maker. And as people go through their list, we're going to type them in, add them, and as something else gets added to the list or something gets repeated, we're going to go in and assign points. That way, then we're going to take some time, tally things up. Once we tally things up and know where we are, then we'll let the infighting start. Just so that those who are watching are aware, this is movie franchises. So this is movies released at theaters, right? And as long as there's at least 2, it's a franchise. What that means is that if somebody chooses something like Ninja Turtles as a franchise, it encompasses those first 3 live action movies, the several Michael Bay live action movies, as well as the most recent animated film and the computer graphics animated one from like 10 years ago. So all of those count as one franchise because they're all the same franchise technically. I'm sure that somewhere along the lines we're going to have some hiccups and some things or whatever that people are going to have questions about as far as crossovers and things like that are concerned. We'll cross those bridges when we get to them. Does anybody have any questions?
No.
I like you.
No, I just realized I left something off my list, so either I got to pull something real
Make
fast.
You got a couple. Hey, Sid,
Make
you
the
don't see
change.
me. You don't see me over here just staring down over here and I'm.
No, I was good until I just thought of something like I got to find out where you go really fast.
Hey, let me tell you something. You could, if I showed you my list, I have like 3 or 4
In the
top 10 lists. It's just a matter of which one of these joints y'all are gonna hear, bro. It's too late to change anything now. Like I'm not changing stuff, but that's why I made multiple lists because it's just and I don't know, man. Like I am. I'll be honest. I'm kind of scared. I forgot something. Somebody's gonna say something.
I definitely just forgot
good.
something. So yeah.
If somebody says something and you want to change your list from that one that makes an uproar, can you do that?
I'm gonna say this. Once you list your 10, your 10 are set.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Now, if that has an effect on if you have second thoughts about your list and like once all the lists are in and we're like going through points or whatever, and you like for real, I would rather a point not be there. I'd rather it be here or whatever. Because again, we're not assigning points based on where something is on your list. So like
how many songs? How
you rank them from 10 to 1 is on you.
Right.
If somebody has something that's their number 1, but it's your number 10, it's still only 2 points. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But if you feel strongly enough, like, yo, I should have took that off and put something else on, well, then when it's time to start arguing or whatever about things being in certain places, then we can make adjustments and things like that there. And I think that'll be fair.
I just realized something. You said 2 or more, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
My man got one.
Yeah, to be a franchise. I mean, to be a movie franchise, you know what I mean? Uh-oh, who's going first? So Jokes is going first. Do 5 at a time.
Nah.
What? You mean like do 5 and then somebody else do 5 and then somebody else do 5?
Yeah, nah.
That's gonna make it really hard for me to have to type everybody's stuff in if stuff has been repeated. Like, and I'll have no idea where.
It's just easier that way.
Let's get through the 10. Let's get through the 10 for the sake of time. All right, so I was gonna have Jokes go first, but Coop, you look real relaxed.
Yeah,
I feel like you're either doing the most pretending. What up, twin? You got class. I'm glad you jumped in to say hi. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coop, you look the most confident. You could be faking it.
I'm secure with my list for no matter what happens.
There we go. Coop is
I
up
like
first.
it. Let's go. Let's go. So, Coop. Now listen. If somebody else wants to keep track of, because some of y'all be lying. So like, but if somebody else wants to keep track of individual top 10s, you can. I am just going to write them in here as they're stated. So, mind you, in the list, it's going to look like the first thing I type is your number 1. It's obviously your number 10. I'll make the adjustments as necessary. Right now, we just need to get them all on the list so that we can make adjustments. So don't let the order you see them in as they get typed in mess with you. Cool?
Cool.
Coop, what's your number 10?
Medea, MCU. No, let me stop.
And I started typing, dog. Don't mess with me. What are you doing?
No. Number 10, Back to the Future.
Ooh, really?
Okay.
Wow.
I'm actually surprised for your.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm actually surprised for that on yours.
All right.
I'm not. I think we've had enough discussions with Coop about Back to the Future that Coop knows where that thing sit. I'm What's your number 9?
Number 9 is Rocky.
Okay.
Number 8, Fast and Furious.
Hold on.
All right.
Ooh, whoa.
All right. What's next?
7 is The Matrix.
The size and the noise in the background. All right.
6, Transformers.
Yo.
Like that,
What are you talking about, dog?
Oh my god! Like, why is that even on the list? Go ahead, though.
All right. What's next?
5, Halloween. Michael Myers, all that.
All right.
4,
What's next?
Jurassic Park.
Friendships will be tested.
100%, dog. All right.
3, Harry Potter.
All right. So we're gonna do Wizarding World.
Wizarding World. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So with Harry Potter, and just to kind of to get this out the way, you have the Harry Potter movies, but you also have the Fantastic Beasts movies. They're all under the Wizarding World franchise, so they're all one thing as far as I'm concerned. So we're just gonna put Wizarding World.
I wouldn't agree with that, but okay.
Yeah.
You disagree? You think they should be separate?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even
Why
know
do you
the
think they should be separate?
But yeah.
That's fine. Let him say, hey, Coop. I can agree with
It's
you.
all good. It's all good.
Who's got mail?
You're in the wrong time zone there.
Do we? So let's discuss that real quick. Stop messing around. Like, so Wizarding World, you feel like they shouldn't be under one thing?
No, there are a lot of people who actually really hated the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Yeah.
But love the Harry
Right.
Potter movies. And to be fair, I love the first Fantastic Beasts. I did not love the second and third one.
But that doesn't separate it to being in the same.
I mean, I understand that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that somebody else doesn't love all of them.
Absolutely.
And they're all part of the same world. Like, their characters, the Wizarding World films have characters in younger versions that exist within the Harry Potter film. So I would still say they're still all one franchise.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're the same franchise. Cooper, you're number 2.
Marvel, MCU.
Do I have to put Marvel MCU or like are you?
Nah,
I mean, the
Do you know what the
Cinematic
M
Universe-
stands for in MCU?
Here we go.
I'm curious.
Man,
about the one, though.
IT, dog. It's like saying TT, ATM machine. It's like an ATM machine. All right, what's your number 1, buddy?
Star Wars.
Wow.
Okay.
Are we doing honorable mentions just to mention them, or just
Not yet. We'll get to your honorable mentions.
Wow.
We're gonna go through your honorable mentions while I calculate points and so forth. So everybody will get a chance to go through their honorable mentions once everybody gets through their lists. So currently what we have Back to the Future, Rocky, Fast and Furious, The Matrix, Transformers, Halloween, Jurassic Park, Wizarding World, MCU, and Star Wars.
Yes.
Cool?
I love all of you.
All right.
Oh, good.
Do you?
Nice way to set it off, Coop.
The number 3.
Man, look, I think you done a good job. I think it's a respectable list, Coop.
Thank you.
That's what I think.
I
Okay.
agree.
Yo,
I said choices
definitely.
were
Listen,
made. True.
Right.
True. Okay. Coop, solid top 2. Mid card with sus. Yeah, Cuddy, let them have it. All right, Jokes. You've been fiddling around with it for, you know what I'm saying, way too long.
that's cool.
Time to make the donuts. What are we looking at? What's your number 10?
So mine is actually similar. My number 10 is also Back to the Future.
Hey, okay.
It did make my list.
We're going to put a 2 next to that.
There's some similarities here with yours and mine's, Coop.
Both of y'all what?
Shut your mouth.
All right, what's next?
Number 9 is The Matrix.
All right, so hold on.
It's fine. Go ahead.
You all right, birthday boy?
Nah.
No.
All right, next.
Number 8 is Toy Story.
All right, let me add that. Hold on.
You know, this should have been a question, but I didn't.
Well, let's hear it.
Yeah.
All right. So my number 7 is Spider-Man.
Okay.
But with the MCU,
Is it part of the MCU?
is technically.
Hey, listen, I'll be honest. I did the same thing. So I have a list with it and without it.
Uh-huh.
I've seen it
I
both
think
ways
it's
online, looking it up. I've seen it both
Yeah.
ways.
I think it is its own. I mean, because look, if you include it in the MCU currently, I mean, you can almost say that it's a bunch of other franchises that used to be
owned
by them
initially
that
they were all
that are
standalone.
part of it now. I would call it its own thing. So, do you want to
Tobey
add
Maguire
Spider-Man?
is in both, same world.
Hey,
Hey,
right.
She kind of.
I mean, I'm not saying
I'm not saying you're
saying
wrong. Not. It's just one of those where the Spider-Mans technically, even without some of the MCU stuff, can almost live on their own. Especially, obviously.
Well, no, they do live on their own without
Yeah.
the MCU stuff because they
Right.
didn't become canon to the MCU until last year.
Right.
So, but we can listen.
Mhm.
Let's put it to a vote.
Let's do it.
If you feel like Spider-Man can stand on his own, put a hand up.
I feel
I
like
think
that.
you can go. I think honestly you can go either way.
Like another was in the world. I think you got to call unless you separate trilogies out. I'm not. Y'all tell me. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I have a list that
I look
definitely
at it
wants
as
to-
just the MCU, like it all goes together
Okay.
now.
One MCU.
That's how I
right.
feel about it.
Would you let me ask you this before we go for all right, so Frosty, you say it's MCU, Sin, you say it's MCU. Coop, what do you say?
I say it stands on its own.
Okay.
You say it's on its own. Domingo,
On its own.
you say it's on its own.
So he's the
Damn it,
Spider-Man
man.
guy's the tiebreaker.
Damn it, man. Oh.
That's what you get for putting that at the last number 9.
No. Hold on. Here's the thing. So let me ask this question. Where does X-Men fall?
Its own.
Is X-Men
No.
MCU or not?
Yeah.
Nah.
No,
I think it's on its own.
it's on its own.
I can't say.
I know, right? Like,
Hold on.
Y'all
What-
see
what-
y'all
what you
saw
feel
me on
me,
the
Joe?
phone,
Like, yeah.
right?
We're
I
on the
know
same.
how to answer that question correctly, but I can't right this second.
Mhm.
I'm sticking.
I just,
I'm sticking with my answer.
okay, so Sin, for you, X-Men is MCU.
Correct.
Okay. Frosty,
Hmm.
X-Men is MCU or it's not?
Yep.
It is MCU. Okay.
Nah.
It's not.
They're still on their own. That's the way I got it. I mean, I got them on my
Okay,
list.
no, I mean,
He's like, you're not gonna mess up my list.
That's exactly what it is.
Nah.
Listen, which is fair. So let me pose one other question. The Aliens franchise and the Predator franchise, one franchise?
No.
No.
Technically, no.
Why not?
Why not? Because they
Why not?
definitely have a movie shared with each
You
other.
know what I'm saying? Like
which
they
means-
One movie.
The movie
universe
together
time.
that started a brand new franchise. I believe the Alien.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Whoa.
No, it didn't.
No.
No, it didn't. And
It's
you
just-
go back to the first, you go back to the second Alien movie, the Predator movie, there's an alien head on the
Yeah.
ship. Like they've always been in the same universe.
Mhm.
That's not
Oh,
new.
I didn't know that, so I would
Yeah.
say same.
They've always been in the same universe. They've
Mhm.
always had comic books.
Mhm.
There was games back when you was first born, Coop. That was aliens and predators. That's always been a thing.
I'm still not rocking with
All right, so they're the same.
So I think
Joint.
MCU. It looks like we got. So it looks like I think Spidey's just going to be considered
Spider-Man is
MCU.
MCU. Let's just wait a minute. Hold on. How can Spider-Man be MCU and X-Men is not? That doesn't make any sense.
X-Men is MCU with Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange and other make credit. Correct. Like
Thank you, Cuddy.
Patrick Stewart.
Caddy feels it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think we should just go at this point, like X-Men. I think everything we're just going to consider it MCU. It seems like it's just
Right.
so.
Yeah, it's tied together.
Well, I'm the one that's got the screwed up list now.
So now, listen. So I'm just gonna say right now, just
Mhm.
under that circumstance,
Mhm.
again, it doesn't really matter in terms of the way we're doing points for the whole thing.
Right.
However, if anybody wants to adjust where certain things are sitting on their list, like if MCU was not your number one, but now it has these other ridiculous franchises in it that you would not maybe have considered there before, feel free to move it. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. That's where I'm at.
All right. So the only
I'ma
thing
just-
that
I'ma
I
stand on
would
business.
do.
I'm gonna stand on business. I ain't gonna change.
All right.
It is what it is.
For,
If I catch a
this
L, I
just
catch a L.
changes my top 10, but this obviously won't change anything for the grand scheme of everything. But just so
right.
folks can hear. So I'm gonna shift. Obviously, I'm gonna take out Spider-Man.
Okay.
I'm gonna shift Toy Story to be my number 7, and then I'm gonna
Okay.
make Mission Impossible my number 8.
All right, let's add that. I just want y'all to be prepared to have these fights and arguments live and in person with people
Mm-hmm.
when we're in Ocean City, like 3 weeks.
Hey,
I
eventually,
just want
yes,
y'all to
we
be
will hit that.
prepared.
Mhm.
Like if we need to make those statements now, just
We
make
need
it
to
ahead
do
of time.
We just need to do it.
Spider-Man is separate, is not separate. It's MCU.
I got your
so
band
just-
hammer, Mari, just for when we're live there.
Perfect.
Oh.
Do you really?
I have a gavel and a hammer. Yeah.
Take a gavel every year.
No, I'm getting
Yeah.
an inflatable one.
I don't know.
Yeah,
This is
that's
just hit. When we veto, we bang on it.
Oh, all right. That's
All right, what's your next joint?
All right, number 6 is Star Wars.
All right, so let's add a point there. All right, what's
Hey,
next?
you saying it, but it is what it is.
5 is Star Trek.
Ugh.
Let's add that.
I can't wait to hear K's list. I really can't.
I got the best list, bro. I got the
All right,
best.
guess what?
You got the best list, Kay?
I got the best list. It's my birthday. I got the best
All right,
list.
birthday boy. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna argue with you. You got it today. You
I
got it.
had to change it twice though. Messing with you.
All right.
That's cool. All right, what's next?
Number 4 is the Middle Earth franchise. So Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit.
Okay.
Number three will be the Wizarding World.
What?
K? I called you K.
I don't even know
The way you laughing, my guy, I really can't wait to hear your joint.
You know what it sounds like? You know
I
how you
really
go
can't
like,
We haven't done that. All right.
You said K is how you said K too.
Hey, yeah, it's all ready. All right, what's next?
Number 2 is James Bond.
okay.
All right,
And then
and number 1.
1 is MCU.
All right,
Hmm.
so just throw another point on there. All right, Kay, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
do it.
so,
Baby.
I got the best list. Yo, Coop, you need to just go ahead and log off right now. You and your boy Jokes.
All right.
Okay.
Listen,
That's how you
Go
know
ahead.
it.
You and your boy Joe.
my list
Go home.
my list
Sounds
is
like
about
you. It
money.
sounds like you don't have franchise. It sounds like you have individual movies from a question that was
He
asked.
got Electric
earlier.
Boogaloo on there. You know it.
I got
Breaking one, breaking two.
Breaking on that joint.
Let's go.
Man,
Let's
Turbo.
go.
Breaking got to be on that joint. Godfather got to be on that joint. Let's
Exactly.
go.
Exactly. All right, boom. This is what we got. So
Number 10.
number 10, I ain't even want to put this on here, but it's on here. Harry
Nah,
Potter.
whatever.
All right, so give me a second.
Wait. If it could be a sub 10, I would put it as sub 10. That's all I'm saying. I just chose this. I was like, you know what? Let me give it benefit
Sub
out.
10.
I never even seen these joints.
It doesn't matter.
So,
It doesn't matter.
All right, so
All right.
I changed my next one. My number 9 is Deadpool. That's only because I just changed it because y'all kept saying X-Men. So I just changed it to that. Deadpool.
All right,
So
but
what-
Deadpool is
so
MCU
pause.
now.
That's MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's MCU.
All right, so listen. When you first said it, you said movie franchises. So I wasn't trying to integrate all of them in it like that because if you do the MCU, it's too big. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna take everything out. So
Hey, listen,
off
I'm
that-
not.
We posed it
Just
to a
tell me.
vote, and that falls into that vote.
Yeah.
now.
So
So this now. I made my list like 2 days ago.
I understand.
Okay.
Listen, I understand. All right, so Deadpool. All right, let me ask you this: is MCU on your list?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So look. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and give a
It's gonna
point
do
there.
2.5.
Right.
It might be.
Point.
It might be. It might be.
All right. What else you have after Deadpool? What's next after Deadpool?
All right. Let's see. Whatever that number is. Jurassic Park.
Okay.
JP.
All right. Let's see. What's that?
That's
10,
2.
9, 8. All right. Boom. Star Wars.
All right. Let's add a point.
Like I said, yo, it's money right here. It's money right here. Boom. Then we got
Right.
James Bond.
Okay.
Can keep going for whatever. That's right. That's right. All y'all is just
I'm laughing at Joe's face. He's so happy right now.
falling off.
honestly, was not expecting that to
Falling
come
off,
out.
dog. They falling
I was-
off, y'all. The Wizarding World. What the hell is that? That sounds like how you go to Murray Steaks and they give you like Sergeant Crunchies instead of
Hey, shut your old ass up
Shut
talking
up.
about some bird steaks. Shut the hell up, dog.
it sound like a brand
listen.
cookie or something
My
like
man
that.
said just like Murray Steaks.
Hey, Kay, everybody that watches that's like from here will know what that is. I guarantee you, anyone that watches
Oh my God.
has no idea.
Don't matter. Shop right from up on top. Let's go.
All right, old man, you got it.
You're looking to get my A7. All right, cool.
Say the
All right,
shit, the
bro.
booms are
What
taking
is
me
that?
out.
Brah. Here we go. So the next one's gonna be Fast and Furious, the whole franchise. Butter. Now I had to change this one. I forgot what's in this place though. Oh no. All right, so the next one, Kill Bill.
Okay.
That was what shocked. Like I didn't realize I didn't put that there. When y'all said, I said, "Oh damn, it's more than 2 movies, so it's cool." All right, so we getting down. So see, already all y'all is just like, but this right here, we going boom. Now, Mission Impossible.
Okay. Hold on. Let me add a point there.
Damn, Kill Bill's a good one. I don't even think of
No doubt.
Nah, don't agree with me. Stay where you at.
it.
All right, so
All right, what's next?
The next 2 was the hardest one to decide because, as I stated, it's my all-time favorite movies ever. So All right, I'm gonna keep it at the place where it is though, but I feel bad about this. All right, The Matrix. Change the game for every movie that came after that. Period. Done. And
All
last,
right, and
number one, Marvel Cinematic Universe.
okay.
10 years, bro. Most anticipated movies. Come on, man. Nobody's messing with that unless it's gonna be like, unless it's Star Wars. Nobody's messing with that. That's a solid list, 1,000, except for that Harry Potter joke. I don't know about that.
But you put it on the list.
All right.
Wizarding World.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right.
Who dares goes next? Is it
Frosty.
Is it you?
Let's do it.
I got this. Be
Yeah.
prepared for the best list. Not really. Y'all are gonna hate my list so bad.
Sorry,
Okay, cool, yeah.
Take down K's
All right.
list.
We're gonna have Barbie number one. Is that what it's gonna be? Shark
Yeah,
Boy and Lava Girl.
Out
Hey,
of
what
here.
are you doing, Kay? Calm that down.
Okay. Can I
Hey,
play?
Frosty turned Super Saiyan for like 3 seconds. Y'all saw that?
What?
All right, let's do it.
All
right.
What's number 10?
I said the Ernest movies is the best joke of all time.
Hey, you know what? Them jokes is funny though.
The murder joints go in. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh
Hold on.
no,
Let me
I
keep
grew up
that-
on
keep
them
that crazy.
classics.
I gotta get back to
Like
the
hilarious.
Hold on for a second. Hey, them Ernest joints go in. All the joints.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
all go in.
Ernest Goes to Africa. That was this.
Hey, that's a real one?
It's a real one. Yes.
Yeah, but I think but that's like a straight DVD joint. That didn't go to the theaters like
Coop, you are giving me
man.
fuel, bro. For the future. Take a Saturday night and just go in.
All right, man. What up, Marcus? Okay, Frosty. Hey, please give me your list. What's your number 10?
Number 10 is gonna be a Mission Impossible.
Oh, right. All right. What's next?
The Mummy.
Oh,
Forgot about that.
damn, that's a good one, Mark.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, that's one of my regrets.
I thought about that. But it didn't make it.
That who said Ernest Goes to Africa with a bunch of exclamation points.
How come ain't nobody say, "Dang, I forgot about that one"? I forgot about it.
My next one,
All right, the Mummy.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh,
Oh, y'all fucked up.
Dog, and I told
It's on my
myself
list.
that that's on one of my lists. Damn.
Damn, that's a good one.
wow.
All right, so my list is the best tonight. Let's go.
Ooh.
I mean, that's actually do. Actually do.
go.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let's see how far you got.
Dana sending Frosty some love.
I got my bow for you, Zaina. Next is Fast and Furious. Number 7's Fast and Furious.
Let's go back and find out. Okay.
Shane says, honestly, you can't sleep on Shrek either.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I
Yeah, that's a
That's
good
a good
one.
one. That's a good one.
It's on. Well, all right. Continue.
Number 6 is
do
John
that.
Wick.
All right.
Damn, yo.
I'm
I
not
forgot
mad
about
about
that.
that.
You might have the best list.
Hey, y'all all weak in the knees right now. Like, hold on.
For real.
Okay.
All right, top 5. MCU.
Mhm.
This comes in
Okay.
at 5.
Mm.
Good point. Okay.
Lord of the Rings.
All right. So
Middle Earth.
Okay.
That's a good joint ass.
Okay.
Stop it, Zayna.
I do have like a
Yo.
serious kids movie here.
Oh my God.
We're
Shock
gonna
what?
have to go with How to Train Your Dragon.
All right.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Dang, man.
Not mad at that.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, I think I've only watched the first one.
Oh, you
I
slipping.
might have seen the first.
But you watched Wizard of the World Jones though.
Yep, I damn sure enough did. And you know what?
Acting like you ain't never seen Harry Potter.
No, right?
You know what? Hey, K, you
You
definitely
like
were in some
saying
of
that
those.
double alliteration with the Wizard of the World.
Hold
You
up.
like
And
saying
K,
it.
you were definitely in some of them Jones. We went to see it after work a couple of nights. So yeah, you
No, I didn't. You crazy boy. I would never spend my money on that.
you definitely was in there with us.
Nah, please. I might have.
Marcus says no land before time. Throw the list away.
Hey, listen.
Right.
And it's like 20 of those.
Hey, look,
No,
hold on.
there's like
First
20 of
all,
them legit.
Did you bring? Did you bring?
Yeah, the Land Before Time only has like one joint from the theater. Maybe
Everything
two.
else was straight to DVD.
Everything else was straight DVD.
VHS
Yeah,
/
like,
DVD.
They didn't
Yeah,
caught up
we-
with time.
No, they
exactly.
didn't because there still
Present
hasn't
day,
been no
yeah.
asteroid.
Did they all die?
There was no asteroid. Or it could have been. I don't know.
All right, what's next?
Harry Potter.
Okay.
Wizarding World. How you feel about that, Kay?
Man, that's horrible, yo.
Get that out of here, man. Even though it was
Get
on
outta
my
here.
list. Yo.
But it's
Little
on my list.
Bigfoot is cracked somewhere.
I thought I had to choose something. I would have chose Pirates of the Caribbean if I would have thought about it more. That was just like
That's
a
on my
throwaway.
list. I had. Oh my god! I said
You
that.
telling me you thought about Harry Potter before any other?
Right.
I definitely didn't
All
think
right,
about the
what's
Wizarding
next?
World.
Star Wars is number 1.
Ooh.
All right.
See, I thought that was gonna be everybody's number 1. Okay, it's just gonna shock the world. I gotta give it to you on that one. That was okay.
That was a good list.
That was all right.
Thanks.
All right. Sin.
Mhm.
Add a point to Fast and Furious now.
Yep.
We'll get
Go
that
ahead
joint
and
out
do
my
it.
way, Slim.
It's number 10.
It better be number 1. It can't be nothing
No
else.
matter where it is, I know it's on there. So that joint I'm just gonna add the point now. What's your number 10?
Let me talk to you. Number 10. Transformers.
My man.
Respect.
I got your back, Coop.
Thank you.
Hold up.
Okay.
I don't consider Fast Furious a franchise anymore. The Fast X. No, stop it. Terrible.
What do you
I wanna hit it.
mean?
Keep on the screen.
Yeah, what are you
You
talking
mean?
about?
Yeah.
You just made it a friend. Never mind.
All right. Number 9 is Mission Impossible.
All right. Hey, I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, it's a lot of ties right now. I'm not. This is gonna
Not
get
liking
real
it?
interesting. Okay.
All right.
What's next?
Number 8 is James Bond.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Jones. Yeah, I got your back, bro. Yeah.
All right.
Mario, for you. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Let's go.
Yeah, enough time to go in and change it up.
Preacher.
I hate you, Sin.
Your old sugary ways. Go ahead.
Friday.
Okay.
Listen, I love Friday. Hey, listen, I love Friday.
Hey, look, especially that guy. Come on.
Number 6 is Wizarding
Uh-huh.
World. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. How you like that, Kay? Don't hate.
Yeah, dude.
Don't hate.
Y'all just have money
I
to
think
waste.
that joint's winning right now. It is winning right now.
Oh my god, I just have money to waste. Children.
All right.
Go
Like,
ahead.
I'm not even the
Yeah,
biggest
you
fan,
suck.
but I
You know
respect
what?
it. Like, it is what it is.
I'm not even gonna start with this dude, K.
All right, number 5. Number 5. John Wick.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely would edit that.
I know, right?
All right, the top 4 was difficult.
Fast and the Furious, Fast and the Furious, Fast and the Furious.
Dom, Brian, Roman.
No, with
Each movie is its own franchise.
6 through 9.
That's it. 1 through 3 is a franchise. 1 through 6 is a franchise.
Right. All right, number 4, Star Wars. That hurt putting that to number 4. But it's what it is.
All right. We got a tie for Wizard of the World and Star Wars right now.
Oh, it's gonna be some more ties. Number 3, Middle Earth.
Okay. All right. What's next?
Number 2, Fast and Furious.
Number 2?
Number 2.
Damn.
Number 1's MCU.
Well,
No,
I'm definitely number 1.
No, it's not MCU. No.
Ooh.
All right, what's number 1?
Oh, cool.
Booty talk.
Greatest
Just
movie
add-
franchise.
It's MCU. I'm just playing it.
Let me add that to the list real quick because hey, no, 'cause I'm gonna tell you what. If you saw them joints in the theater, and maybe you did.
Hey, listen, my man Sim been going to the theater paying that money for them the private viewing Jones.
Oh, boy.
Oh, glad y'all got a kick out of that.
Thank you, Sim.
Oh,
Oh my
You're
God.
welcome.
Normally it's the other way around. I do that to make you almost die over there once in a while. Thank you, sir. Oh God.
So
God.
my number 10
Mhm.
But that was your real number 1?
is
No, I
It
said it was
was
really
MCU.
MCU. I was just being stupid.
Oh.
Going around. Yeah. Come on now.
Oh God.
I think the fact that we all laughed, it should be the list.
it just can't be in the top 10. My number 10 is Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Nice.
Shocked about that. Okay. All right.
I love the Friday franchise.
My number 9 is Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
So let's add that. Not that we really need to, because it's not going to matter, I don't think, in the long run.
Mhm.
But we'll do it anyway. All right. Number 8, Wizarding World. So let's add a point to that. Number 7, James Bond.
Hey.
That's 4 for that. Number 6, Halloween.
2 hard joints on there.
Nice.
Very strong.
I
Cool.
mean,
Yes, another point.
the icons that those characters are is unmistakable, dog. Like, if you
Mhm.
see Michael Myers' mask anywhere, any time of year, you know what it is. Like,
You hear that
it just-
music?
like you can't.
I
What?
agree.
Yeah. Are you kidding
I
me,
agree.
dog? That music pop off, you can forget it. Number 5 is Toy Story.
Hey.
Number 4 is Jurassic Park. Number 3 is Star Wars. Number 2 is The Matrix.
Mommy. See, that's what I'm talking about. Scorpios, baby. We killing it. Let's go.
What do you mean we killed it? The Matrix got like, it's got 4
Hey, no.
now. Okay.
No, but see, when mine was number 2 and his is number 2. That's the uniformity right there. You know what I'm saying? All y'all Wizarding World stuff, man. Whatever.
Oh, y'all.
Stop it. All
My
y'all
number
include you.
Pack for number
Remember,
one.
include you.
on both our lists. That's all you need to remember. Let's go. Continue, sir.
All right. So we have a lot of ties, and there's going to be a lot of like configuring, but I can tell you now that Rocky didn't make it. So it just bounced that joint down. Hold on.
Can you just
I mean, it's a solid franchise, even without, especially considering the Creed joints now.
Mhm.
Kind of can't.
I'm not mad at him picking that. No.
Let's do this. Matter of fact, all right, hold on. Let's do this. Let's move up the joints that have more than one. So
Have numbers on them.
yeah, Wick and Pirates got to come up. All right, you know what? Matter of fact,
Yeah, K, I thought Rocky would be on your list for real.
Why?
Because you like Rocky.
I like Rocky. Like that to put on my list. I could have put it on there of Harry Potter though, if I'd have thought about it. Definitely would have been no.
all right. So while I'm kind of configuring the list,
Zayna
Cool,
asked, "Do
let's-
we want a spreadsheet really quick?"
We need a
I mean, if you
PowerPoint
feel like you
presentation.
can, if you feel like you can make it happen real quick, then by all means, or if you need to come down here, then you can do that. Cool. Why don't you go through some of your honorable mentions while I work on putting this in order?
All right. I got 6 honorable mentions. The Muppets.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Mission Impossible. Ghostbusters.
That one crossed my mind.
Ninja Turtles. Toy Story.
Wow.
Terminator. And Twilight.
What? I'm glad you didn't say Twilight though.
I'm not mad at it.
Twilight's a solid
Hey, listen,
franchise.
I'm not
Twilight
mad at
was-
it either.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
I've still yet to not watch past the first one, but that jump definitely.
Yeah, I've seen the first 2. That's about it.
Y'all watch Twilight. Good.
Yeah. Second one made me yell at the screen very loudly in the theater, being very upset at what I was seeing on the screen.
The fact you was in the theater. though.
All right. So before we start, we got some serious ties and we have to do some
Yeah.
narrowing down. We have 15 titles that have
Hey.
multiple points.
I said it, and I keep saying it.
So obviously we're gonna have to have some discussions about that. We'll do that in a minute. Who in second? Yeah. Does anybody else have honorable mentions they want to bring up?
Only honorable mention that I had was when somebody said aliens just now. Like that's the one that popped in my head. Like that's the second one. Aliens is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mhm.
And how it just slipped my mind when I was looking for franchise, I was just disappointed in myself. So that was my honorable mention.
Yeah,
feel you.
I can throw my.
What about you, Frosty? Okay.
Oh, you are first. You can go first.
Oh, all right. The Hunger Games,
Okay.
Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Twilight,
Mhm.
and my ultimate guilty pleasure,
Uh-oh.
pun intended, 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh yeah. All right. Bet.
Oh my.
Bet. So jokes.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that's funny. Mark said that. Those are actually 2 of mine. Those are actually
Oh my goodness.
Die Hard and Lethal Weapon are on my list.
Okay.
Also, along with the Fast franchise, the Hangovers, and the Oceans movies.
What up, Perk?
Okay. Okay.
Dang,
I dig that.
that's tough, yo.
Hangover was a good one.
Hey, listen,
What up,
the Lethal Weapon.
Nobody said. First of all, High School
No,
Musical only
Zayna.
has one
No.
movie that went to the theater, and
The
therefore
rest went all
Doesn't count.
straight to the.
And they would have
Uh,
never made it on my list. That trash.
Funny.
That wasn't on my list either. I put that with the wizard thing.
Lethal Weapon, I completely forgot about. And while I was downstairs in the basement, because we have a rack that has a bunch of DVDs on it, I just randomly was looking through them, and of course they're together because the spines of them are red, so they just stick out. I was like, "Oh,
What are DVDs?
would you
Mark
rather
said
me
step
say?"
up.
Oh man! Magic Mike!
Hey, Jokes. I know what his next dare is going to be if he loses a prediction.
Why you say Magic Mike, yo?
I mean, there's more than one.
But I don't think. I think only one of them
Put that on your list,
went to the
Boy,
theater.
loose.
Why you put that on your
Oh
list?
man!
Magic Mike, you and Jokes.
Hey, you got
What?
any honorable mentions?
Nah, all of them just popped up on there. I totally didn't know any of those, man. I could have been Die Hard, could have been
Okay.
what's the definitely Indiana Jones. Somebody said that earlier. That's definitely a good one. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, no, sir. Oh, no, sir.
Nope.
All right, so I got a couple joints.
Oh.
Godfather,
Mhm.
Damn,
If
just think
Man.
about-
I know
Yeah.
somebody brought up Shrek. Shrek was one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
It, man,
The Pink Panther.
Fuck, Underworld.
Underworld,
would have
that's a
been
good one,
on
too.
my
That's a
list.
really
Forgot
good
about
one.
that.
God, really?
Literally just had Slim with us at StellarCon.
I
Like, that's
know,
crazy.
right? That was a good one. That's a good one, Marcus.
That's crazy.
That would have been top 5 for me,
Oh.
actually.
Yeah, me too.
Mm.
Hour.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, Rush Hour was
What?
good too. Okay.
What'd you
Rush
say?
Hour,
Rush Hour.
Terminator.
Okay.
I did not. Nightmare on Elm Street did not make my list, even though those other two horror joints did make the list. Mostly because even though I feel like Freddy's iconic, it's not the same. It's like that Jason mask is just like that joint pops up as a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's different.
Yeah, they all three sitting there though. I'm surprised. Well, since you had two, I'm surprised.
Austin Powers is actually also on my joint too.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
That's one of my honorable mentions too.
That's one of the fun things about this, K. Like stuff you missed out, as people throw them out,
also,
like, oh man, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it gives us going into Ocean City.
Listen, y'all know I give it a hard time, but Batman.
Yeah.
It's like
nobody said that.
Arguably, you really don't get any of the rest of these superhero movies at all if you don't have that first run of Batman. So I got it. Like,
damn.
Yeah.
I looked at that. I was gonna put that on there too. I should have put that on.
Mama Dor says, does anybody have Blade?
I didn't. Only because that third one was like.
But again, that's MCU now. So you can't do it. It's MCU.
You know,
yeah.
It's gonna be tough when the new joint come out. Everybody gonna go back and watch the first joints.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that.
Right. Oh, also, Men in Black was on my honorable mentions.
Oh, yeah.
Another solid choice. Yeah.
That's a real good
solid choice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, the thing about this is everybody's not going to agree with everybody, right? But there's really no real bad picks. It's just like you forget. You know what I mean?
I mean, because at
whatever,
the end of the day, they're all franchises, so it's stuff that people absolutely love and want to continue viewing and stuff like that. So
if this goes like half the other joints, especially like that last one with the MCU movies, man, this is gonna be tough. People gonna be fighting. This is gonna be
Mighty Ducks.
I never saw Mighty Ducks.
Ooh,
I saw that. At least one.
Ah, that's a good one. I'm actually kind of mad.
Oh yeah,
kind of mad at that one.
Godzilla actually is another good one because all of them Godzilla joints.
You talking about the one?
I'm going to the theater to see this -1 when it drops. I'm going to the theater to see that.
Oh, I'm hearing amazing things about -1.
Yeah,
that yeah. I just it's definitely some dope joints. All right, so look, now we got to fight. So right now, with 15 joints on the list with points, we have a tie at 2 points each for Toy Story, Pirates of the Caribbean, Halloween, John Wick, Transformers, and Back to the Future. Obviously, because we already have 10 above that, the truth of the matter is we're really just fighting to see which one of those joints ends up in the 10 in the 10 spot. So now it's time to start pitching. We got to figure out what and why and what would y'all say immediately just needs to come off the list? Toy Story, Pirates of the Caribbean, Halloween, John Wick, Transformers, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Pirates.
Yeah, you're cool.
Back to the Future can go first.
Adios, muchacho.
John Wick.
I'm sorry, but Back to the Future is in there with some contenders right now. So, unfortunately.
All right, so Toy Story, Pirates, Halloween, John Wick, Transformers. Is there something that somebody just feels strongly like it doesn't belong with the rest of them?
Halloween.
Okay.
Pirates.
Transformers.
Halloween.
Now he's just salty. He's doing it as revenge.
No, this is not sounding like this is gonna work because everybody.
All right, so everybody's picking. All right, so hold on.
Yeah.
All right, so look, so let's have a discussion then.
Zana says take Pirates off in that riot.
You definitely going to drive down to Ocean City. All
I'm
right, so look,
riot in my Barbie costume.
All right, so I had Toy Story on my list, and Jokes, you had Toy Story.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so out of the other joints that are on here, Jokes, what's your case for Toy Story being on here over anything else that's in this list of that has 2 points?
So now that we're going, like, gotta go this deep. I'm looking at, like, I think the quality of the movies overall of what's a part of them. And when I take like Toy Story and compare it to the rest of them, I feel like it stands up better than Transformers.
Okay.
I feel like it stands up better than Halloween. John
Okay.
Wick and Pirates would probably be the only two I would say that would contend with Toy Story. I honestly, it would be between those three. Halloween and Transformers for me would be the ones to come out of that list as of right now.
All right. Here's what I'll tell you. This is the way I'm looking at the list right now. If I was going to take something off of this list, it would be John Wick. And I'm going to tell you why. It's the newest franchise. It has the least hold. Everything else that's on this list has a much longer history and is much more important for very good reason to many more people. John Wick is fresh, it's new, but the reality of it is it's not doing anything truthfully new. Like for a lot of people, it's new, but like it's not better than The Killer. It's not better than Hard Boiled. Like I can name hundreds of movies where people run around shooting each other that rival and or are better than John Wick. John Wick just happens to be hitting right now. We all love Keanu Reeves, but like it certainly doesn't have the franchise history, strength, or the icon that is Michael Myers on Halloween. It certainly doesn't have that same thing going against Pirates of the Caribbean. Toy Story, in and of itself, changed the way that animated movies happen. Like Pixar as a company was sold to Disney by Apple because Toy Story was that dope. And every other joint you've gotten since then, from The Incredibles to whatever else, is all based on the tech that came out of that joint. Literally changed the way that we see animated films on screen. Transformers just happens to have a really strong. That's probably the second weakest joint on here. I would say Transformers and John Wick are my two picks for the next two to come off. But I'm willing to hear anybody anything about it. I love Transformers too, but as much as I love the franchise, the only great movie in that joint is the first animated joint. The rest of them are cool. Like they're spectacle, and there's a lot of Michael Bay in there. But if I was gonna pick between these joints, if I was sitting down right now to watch something, yeah, Transformers would probably be the last on that joint of the list.
So I can go with you on that, and you know what? I could get rid of Transformers, John Wick, Halloween. Easy.
Okay.
And at that point, if I go to what I can sit and what I will fully enjoy from top to bottom, I would pick Toy Story over Pirates.
Okay. I mean, I think Toy Story. I think the stories in Toy Story are much more meaningful in the long run. But
Toy Story did 4 movies, and all 4 movies were good.
If I had to choose two, I'm going Pirates and John Wick.
So Coop, you say Pirates and John Wick should come off.
If I had to take 2 off, Pirates and John Wick.
All right. So I'm saying John Wick. You're saying John Wick. Anybody else think John Wick needs to come off of this list? Let's just do that now.
I do not. Personally.
I do not.
All right. Sin, you're holding on to it. We're gonna let you battle for that in a second. Is there anybody else who thinks John Wick should come off this list?
Simply because I think Pirates should stay on it, I would take John Wick out.
So that's 4 for John Wick to come off. So I think you can go ahead and chuck John Wick off the list.
All right. So Wick down to the bottom. So now Transformers, Halloween, Pirates of the Caribbean. One of those is our number 10.
Transformers.
So wait. I think
you
I
forgot to move Toy Story up.
Yeah, because I was gonna say.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Because you were saying that, I was like, hold on. I was like, I swear we're having a battle for Toy Story here for a second.
I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. So Transformers, Halloween, Pirates, Toy Story.
Transformers can go.
Transformers can go.
Transformers.
Yeah, Transformers.
That's 4 votes for Transformers to go.
All right, so Halloween, Pirates, and Toy Story.
Halloween can go.
Halloween can go.
Adios.
Pirates. I'm sticking to Pirates.
Okay,
that's 3. We need 1 more.
I'm gonna go Pirates, man. I like it, but I gotta keep Halloween there.
All right, so we're split. All right. So here's what we do. Right now, it's between Halloween and Pirates. So does everybody agree? Should Toy Story stay on?
Yes.
Toy Story should stay.
Between those three, who feels strong about Toy Story? I can't see y'all. I'm looking at the other screen, so you just got to tell me.
Between these
out.
three, Toy Story.
Toy Story got to go.
I'm out with Toy Story.
I was just
All
joking.
right,
So let's do it this way. Let's do this. So let's start with Toy Story for nays. Kay, are you yay or nay for Toy Story?
I'm gonna say yay. I'm gonna say yay.
Yay for Toy Story. Frosty, yay or nay for Toy Story?
I'm a nay.
Coop, yay or nay for Toy Story?
I'm a yay.
Sin, yay or nay for Toy Story?
What are the three choices again? Halloween, Toy Story, and is it Pirates or Transformers?
Pirates. Transformers.
Pirates. Oh,
So
between them three Toy Story.
Between them three?
Okay.
I thought we were doing just Toy Story right now.
Just Toy Story right now. So yay or nay for
We
Toy
are.
Story?
We're just saying yay or nay.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what was in the
Okay.
list. All right,
Okay.
between those three is Toy Story.
So you're
yay
voting
or
to
nay?
keep Toy Story in the running.
So that's
Out
a
of
yay.
those, I'm voting for Toy Story. Yes.
Which then I would also be a yay, and Gage would also be a yay. So right now that would be, honestly, it's looking like Toy Story outweighs all of them, because even with our ties, I think we are having between Pirates and Halloween.
Be quiet, Marcus.
I think Toy Story has the most people who are like, that's the one. But
Yep.
Is all right. So if Toys, all right, so let's do this. Let's move Toy Story into the number 10 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody who feels strongly enough about Halloween that thinks that Halloween should stay over Toy Story in the number 10 spot?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna just give you a moment to tell me why Halloween needs to stay above Toy Story.
Hey, iconic. Sorry to use that word again. Just a franchise.
You're probably gonna use that word a lot, so don't feel bad about it. Just get used to saying it.
All right. Been around before Toy Story.
Sure.
Iconic far as the music wise, to stand on his own, the mask, like you said, the story, even how they chopped the joint up and did so many different versions of the joint to say, you know what? After this first one, forget about everything else that happened. We're gonna start it all over again and take the second and third and still kill it in the theaters, no pun intended. But at the end of the day, Toy Story, pretty much like made me cry every one for that nature. So that's why I'm getting back at that. I'd rather kill Toy Story with Halloween because it made me cry. So yeah, Halloween.
Doesn't that mean Toy Story is that good though?
Does it?
You said you cried every time.
I cried every time. I mean,
you
go into it how many times?
If that joint hits you in the field, if you're watching an animated story and it hits you in the fields, I mean, I think that says something.
That does, but I don't want my soul to be happy. I want it to be. Sorry, go ahead.
Halloween is only
Halloween makes
during
him
Halloween.
happy.
Like that's it. Halloween is important when it's Halloween time. Outside of that, Toy Story beats it every time.
Okay, tell me out. What's going to be more iconic if Woody walk up on you or Michael Myers walk up on you on a summer day?
Hey, dog, if Woody walk up on you
Either way,
with a knife, dog,
it's a bad thing.
either way, I ain't feeling good about what's going on tonight.
If Woody walks up on me, I'm going to myself.
Reach for the sky.
Don't do that.
Exactly, dog. All right, so listen. Is there anybody else who feels strongly about Halloween staying?
Well, Alfonso says Halloween stays.
Thank you, Alfonso. You're a good guy.
Look, don't again remember. Toy Story and Halloween both on my list. Like I'm good. Like I'm cool with that. But like,
I'm torn between the two. But honestly, I gotta go Toy Story, because you're right. Toy Story 3. I was crying and I was confused why I was crying. And Halloween never did that.
Wait. What? We're gonna open up Pandora. Why were you confused?
Because I don't know, yo.
I should be crying over the toys.
It was just something about the third one.
We'll sidebar that conversation.
When Andy,
Nah, hey, listen, watch this. Hold on.
I don't know.
Did you see it when it came in the theater? You cried in the theater?
I cried in the theaters, yo.
Yeah,
I cried in the theaters first day Toy Story 3.
I dig it.
Did you cry?
And then when Bonnie when Andy snatched Woody back from Bonnie, I felt
yeah.
I felt that.
I can't remember that movie to save my life.
I don't
Man.
remember, and I don't remember 2. I don't remember 3, and I never saw 4. So
Listen,
Just like man up. I don't even remember that movie.
All right, so here's where I'm at. All right, so let's talk Pirates. Who are my strong people for Pirates to stay in the running?
versus Toy Story, or are we just talking in general right now?
I mean, listen, it's between those 3, so it doesn't really matter how you slice it. One of these 3 is going to be number 10. So it's just that's what you're up against. It's between Pirates, Halloween, and Toy Story for number 10. So who feels strongly about Pirates being number 10 over the other 2?
I do.
Okay.
Over the other 2, I don't know if I could put it over Toy Story. I think they've had better movies overall than Pirates. But above Halloween, absolutely.
Let me ask you this. You said you don't remember some of the movies. Do you remember more from Pirates?
No. Because they got bad after the first one.
At least
the Toy Stories were all legitimately good. Like I remember, they were all legitimately
I literally
good.
remember nothing from the second Toy Story, and like the third one, the only thing I remember is that stupid bear, and I've never seen the fourth one.
Okay,
like,
listen. In the third one,
out on Toy Story.
It's so hard.
Listen, when they was all getting ready to get melted down by the damn incinerator. There's no way you don't remember that, Joe.
No, now I remember, but like it had to take somebody telling me about it. Like I don't remember that at all.
You remember
isn't there like a talking
Buzz and
spoon,
Woody's
too?
Adventures?
So I think at this point, it sounds like this is being narrowed down to Toy Story and Pirates. Can we all agree to that?
Who says never seen past the original Toy Story?
You got to fix that.
That's crazy, man. That's
Who
crazy.
said that?
Doctor Who. Zaynab Frosty. Can we put it back on the list of OC? I got you.
If somebody brings us up, it could be that.
Doctor Who says Pirates above Toy Story.
Who said that?
Doctor Who. The most iconic thing about Pirates is Jack Sparrow. That's what it is. Like they did create a very iconic.
Only thing about
launched
Pirates.
careers.
Yeah, that's
what's her face as Elizabeth Swan? Like
yes,
great
killed it.
Okay, then you know what? Let's just go off.
But like,
nobody dressed up as those characters for cosplay or Halloween. Everybody dressed up.
They do dress as Jack Sparrow, but they don't really dress as anybody else. But
maybe the octopus dude from part 2, but that's it.
Keira Knightley got a boost from them joints, but like if it wasn't for them joints, she's not even really working. That's how I feel. Like
not true.
Name a bunch of other movies she's been in.
Pride and Prejudice. There's another one where she
which is the same thing as Pirates, just like on land.
She's a British actress. She's going to get typecast in a British role. She also played a Russian woman who was also like a philanderer.
Was a what?
Oh my god, what the hell is the name of that movie?
What are they? But I'm just saying, but listen, what are they like when you say it like launch careers? Like I'm not saying it didn't give her work, but like for real, if you ask most people now, they'll tell you the joint that really launched it was like Bend It Like Beckham.
See, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that.
Can we name, if you could name more characters from Pirates and then
I was just about to say that, Coop.
You got the Sea Witch. Oh God, the names are really hard for me. I'm not good with names
Jack
in general.
Sparrow. Very easy name. Bootstrap Bill Turner, Will Turner, Elizabeth Swan, Jack Sparrow. Okay.
And there's the Sea Witch. God damn.
That's not her name.
That's not her name.
Rex, Ham, Buzz, Woody.
Those are the 3 that I remember.
All right, look. I think Toy Story. I would say that the only person who is really strongly aiming for it to not be Toy Story is Frosty. Out of the group, Zaina, you can maybe count when you come to Ocean City, but like,
oh, she's trying.
and I know
She's
Dr.
naming
Who
people in the
was
chat right now.
Barbosa, that's right.
Barbosa. I think Toy Story is our number 10.
Calypso.
Are we?
There you go.
She looked it up. She looked it up.
I did.
She looked it up.
I didn't. I got this. I got C Wit, and then I was like Calypso. Like that's when
That's
it hit
on
me.
Flash Calypso. Right click. Up, deleted the letter.
It says C Wit.
Zaina said she will accept it at number 10.
Well, currently it's number 11, and that's not sweet. We'll see how
You have to try and fight for it at Ocean City, Zaina.
Right. So Toy Story is locked in at our number 10. Okay.
Shut up.
I was thinking something else.
His
Wait,
name
hold
is
up.
Jack.
The battle
Yeah.
for 8 and 9
We named the monkey
is
Jack.
between Jurassic Park and Middle Earth.
Oh, I'd easily put Middle Earth over
Middle
Jurassic
Earth.
Park.
Middle Earth.
Middle
Come on
Earth,
now.
definitely.
Hold on a second. Hold up. Why y'all saying that? Why y'all doing that?
Because Middle Earth has had solid movies throughout, and Jurassic Park has not.
Has it? All right, so run me through how many of them Hobbit joints you went and saw in the theater and like.
I don't go to the theater like that.
Your
So
favorite joint is The Desolation of Smaug? Is that your favorite joint?
Why you get
no, the first three are my favorite. But I don't go to the movies unless we're gonna talk about it. I don't. I watch it all when it comes home. So
That's not the point. So like, I'm just saying. So like, I would
Okay.
honestly, I will make a strong push, right? That as clean as the Lord of the Rings movies were, and for what was done with them in terms of taking something that had only ever been done in animation and making it live, they killed it when the first 3 joints came out. After that,
first 2, I would say.
and so all right, so then the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th joints are middle to none.
Mm-hmm.
And Jurassic Park is almost in the same boat. However, I think the difference is that Jurassic Park is another one of those franchises that when that first movie came out, it literally changed the way movies get made. It changed everything. Nobody had ever seen it done that real. Like Jurassic Park, even with the computer animation that they had in that joint, if you compared what that did to what Lord of the Rings did, just the jump in technology, what Jurassic Park did the first time people saw those dinosaurs walking with people,
incredible. Yes,
you saw those raptors in that room,
incredible.
like that joint, like it. If I was gonna be Martin Scorsese, it changed cinema. Like it did. It did.
We didn't even know what dinosaurs looked like until Steven Spielberg showed.
No, you're
I
right.
mean,
First 2 were stellar.
with some people, I mean, you're talking about something that reinvigorated a franchise versus something that literally reinvigorated people's interest in something that actually exists, and like those movies made people go be paleontologists. It's
that one, but I got you.
It's a whole different, like I honestly think Jurassic Park, I think I put it this way. I think Jurassic Park as a movie, as cinema, is more important than Middle Earth. I think that as movies, I think that if you take Tolkien's work, it's hard to do those movies without thinking about Tolkien's work as a whole, because his work as a whole has affected everything else. Like Frosty will tell you, like if you playing Baldur's Gate, you're basically playing Tolkien. You know what I mean? Like you play D&D.
was created by fans of Tolkien. Like
Exactly.
That whole world has spanned decades. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all saw like the imitation from the Tolkiens online. That was wild. Like coffins at 2 a.m. Sorry, off track, but they knew how to party too. But
100%. Like I do think that the Middle Earth, I think it deserves to be on the list. I'll be honest, I would fight for that joint to be not as important or as high on the list. I think Toy Story would belong above that joint. It didn't get as many points. That's not how it works. So between those two, and again, if I'm the only one who feels that way, then it is what it is. We leave them where they are.
No. I was mistaken because I thought we were saying we were keeping Middle Earth at 9. I'm good at Middle Earth being 9 and Jurassic Park being 8. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's how I feel about them. I think Middle Earth at 9, Jurassic Park at 8.
Let's just go around then. So you and Coop, cool with Jurassic Park at 8. Sin, where are you at?
Swap them.
Cool, I'm with you on that. I agree. So that's 2. Frosty, where are you at?
Swap them.
3. Domingo, where are you at?
Sleep?
No, I'm not. I'm looking at the joint.
Being dramatic.
I couldn't see your face. I couldn't see you. I was looking at the list.
Yeah, he's got the screen up. Yeah.
Okay. I guess swap them, maybe.
That's
Sounds
4 for
Middle
swap.
Earth at 8 and Jurassic Park
Maybe?
at 9. Okay.
I'll put Jurassic Park at 9. And
Yeah,
who
we're
else?
talking about those two.
Oh, hell no.
Those two.
Put Jurassic Park right there with that Middle Earth. Whatever. Say it like that.
So all right. So it's tied then, basically. So
Yeah.
somebody else. I've given you my spiel for why I think Jurassic Park should stay at 8. Somebody can jump in and defend Middle Earth, and we'll make a decision.
It has its own park at Universal.
Okay, cool. But for
Yeah,
me personally,
No. That's something I actually
That's-
take into account with
yeah,
these. So I'm not mad at
that's
that.
valid.
Yet.
I will give you that. Like for me, I know how you say, Jurassic Park kind of changed the way that movies were made or whatever. Like personally, watching both of them, I enjoyed the Middle Earth movies. Now I will say, I enjoyed obviously 1, 2, and 3 of the Lord of the Rings the best. The Hobbit Jones, but I have kind of the same feelings about some of the Jurassic Park movies. Like I feel like I'm kind of like half and half on it.
I mean, I hear you. Here's what I'm gonna say.
Are we about to flip a coin, or somebody about to play rock paper scissors?
Nah. I think here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna. Sin was very adamant. Like he was like, "Nah, flip them joints." So I want Sin to tell me why.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear what Sin has to say about it.
I think between the two, What's has the better movies. The Middle Earth has better movies. I think the first 3 were spectacular. Second 3, I thought they were good. Not better than the first 3, but okay. Jurassic Park, 1 and 2 were good. I liked the first Jurassic World with Chris Pratt. Other ones fall flat of what we love about the franchise. I admit the first Jurassic Park, second one, they were absolutely incredible, amazing. Had moments, say, going to the theater with my mother to see them, like great. But over time, I think Middle Earth has held up more than Jurassic Park. They've got a very great, successful show on Amazon that came after all that. Cool, Rings of Power, whatever. And they had people sitting in the theater for 4 to 5 hours watching these movies, not going to the bathroom glued to the screen like they were just that engaging, that good. I think that franchises last the test of time longer than a Jurassic Park. Nothing as like that's thing as movies, they just hold up better and have probably kind of like Mario put, like with stuff being taken from the token stuff and put in the D&D and other places or whatever. Like it just has a stronger fan base.
But that doesn't have anything to do with the movies. That's
No. Yeah, it does. I'm just saying. Like, I think.
I know, and that's the thing. I think it's really hard to separate that. But I mean, and it's not like Jurassic Park didn't have books. It's not like Tolkien though. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm saying? Animated, like as a kid growing up. Like that joint was
me too.
Was
the Hobbit,
a special thing, bro. Like
yeah, watch
you know what I mean? So like I can't take that away. I still think Jurassic Park is a more important movie franchise than Middle Earth, because I think Middle Earth, what they did as great as it is, they remade and or retold a story that had already been done, even though they did it live. Where Jurassic Park did something that didn't. But
I think the movie is important. Like that first, maybe the first 2 or whatever, are extremely important. I do agree with that. I don't think the franchise is as strong as it was. I think the movies have tainted it.
I will counter that by saying that the fact that it is a movie from the 90s and then could come back, to modern day. Like, I mean, it's a nostalgia thing for most people. And then those people will take their kids and the people that they know, like, oh, I used to watch this movie, and I think it still holds up. A lot of franchises can't do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's almost like you were right back to like it was there in the theater, like you never missed it.
I guess I'll put it this way. If you had to pick between sitting down and watching one of them now, I think that there are a lot of people who would choose either or. Like if you were like, let's watch the first Jurassic Park, or let's watch the first of the Lord of the Rings, the first trilogy.
Fellowship. Mm-hmm.
Right? I think that a lot more people would feel like if they were watching the Fellowship, they'd be bored or it was too long. I think we sat through it because it just was never like that before. But now I think most people, like, if you sit there like, it's too long, it's too drawn out, it doesn't need to be that long, or it doesn't need to be. I feel like most people would not enjoy it unless you're already a huge fan. But if you're like coming into it new, I don't know that it does that. However, for the sake of time, I'm gonna concede this one. We're gonna bounce Jurassic Park down and move Middle Earth up to 8. Because this next one's gonna be a little tricky. We good with that?
Yeah.
Good with it.
Number 10, Toy Story. Number 9, Jurassic Park. Number 8, Middle Earth. Cool.
Yep.
Let's have a fight. So for number 7, we have a 4-way tie between Bond, Mission Impossible, Fast and Furious, and The Matrix. And then we're gonna have a serious fight about 1, 2, and 3. So these 4 movies are going to make up number 7, number 6, number 5, and number 4. So just looking at them right now where they are, is there anybody who feels like something should move from where it is?
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right. So Coop, I'm sorry, Jokes, you spoke up first. What do you feel like needs to move?
I believe Bond and Mission Impossible, at least one, should switch places with Matrix and Fast. I definitely think Mission Impossible and Bond should be 4 and 5. I'm going to lean more towards Bond, Mission Impossible.
All right, so hold on. Just
you
think
want me to dial it back? You want me to dial it back a little bit?
Okay. No, just hold on.
Gotcha.
You think Bond should be 4, Mission Impossible should be 5. Is that what?
Yep. Agreed.
Okay. I'm gonna do that just to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Looking at these 4, what do you think needs to change? Do you agree with Bond being number 4?
I do not at all.
Okay. What do you think should be number 4?
I think The Matrix should be number 4.
All right. What do you think should be 5?
5. I'm gonna say Bond. Bond should be number 5.
Okay. Not gonna move those yet. Frosty.
Yeah.
How do you feel about these 4 and their placements? Fast and the Furious, Matrix, Mission Impossible, and Bond.
I actually agree wholeheartedly with Coop. Matrix into 4.
Okay. You think Matrix should be number 4?
Mm-hmm. And then Bond, Mission Impossible, Fast and Furious.
All right. So 2 people said Matrix at 4. We're gonna move it because I actually think I agree with that. Sin.
Really? It doesn't matter what I say at this point. Because it's not going to happen.
Well, let's put it in place. Let's put it in place and see what it looks like.
I mean, I know what you want to see.
I will tell you I will give you my rundown.
Okay.
Fast, Bond, Mission Impossible, Matrix. That's my rundown. It does.
Fast, Bond, Mission Impossible, Matrix.
Hey,
all right. Well, I already know.
Veto hammer right quick.
I already know that K is more than likely going to want Matrix at 4.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that joint just has the most votes. So Matrix goes at 4. Now, let's talk about the other 3.
Mhm.
We know that Matrix is locked in at 4. 5, 6, and 7. Mission Impossible, Bond, and Fast and the Furious. Now, I'm going to tell you.
Cuddy, never in a million years.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Never in a million years that's happened to Dom.
Crazy
He's
boy.
a pre-Avenger put together. Don't do that, bro.
Man. Neo when he had to do nothing.
They don't have
He
family.
didn't have to do anything.
Exactly. As long as Dom got his charger and a wrench, you're
Let's have
done.
a family.
You're
First of
crazy.
all.
Charges.
All right, so look.
Neo just go like this and that's it. That's it. Done.
So hold on. So I will tell you, like y'all have kind of heard my spiel on Bond and Mission Impossible. I feel like Mission Impossible is a copy of Bond.
Mm-hmm.
And it just really looked to try to make Bond like more vicious. Like, you know what I mean? It's smarter. The Mission Impossible films are smarter than Bond films. Bond got a lot of films though. And I feel like the later Bond films really tried to mimic Mission Impossible. But I don't think, I mean, Mission Impossible has an incredible history beyond just these movies.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if you really have a Mission Impossible without Bond. So I will tell you right now that I feel like Mission Impossible should be below Bond. That's how I feel.
I agree.
Agree.
I don't. I think it's
Who said they don't?
I don't. I think it goes above.
Okay.
Bond.
Why?
Bond got more films because of what it was. But let's count the TV shows.
Well, the
That's
TV
how-
shows are irrelevant right now.
Well, I'm just saying it's
Right.
part of. It wouldn't be no movie without the TV show. So the thing is, it's groundbreaking for like Klansman III for like being one of the first black actors on the show, the lead character in that name, and not playing some stereotypical role. He was smart before it was cool to be smart and black on TV. Those things I used to sit around and watch those with my dad as well too. So that's the thing about it. Bond only comes into things like Roger Moore and Sean Connery. You watch those, you can still stand them, you can still make those. That's why they're still being made. Only in the last series, Bond became more human. Like he wasn't this superhero thing that was going out there doing everything. He was more human, got getting shot, had to come back and do his thing together. Mission Impossible has a collective cast.
Bond's
You got,
shot
you know,
throughout the years.
everybody. I mean, no. I'm saying he was shot in the last one when M died and stuff like that. He had to come back, and then in the last one, he had to get himself together when he took himself out. He just sacrificed himself. So that was the more human side of it. You have all 4 of the lead characters, which they switch out between girls and bring people back. But Mission Impossible is not to say it's better stories, but it's better stories within a story and a collective all together. And especially with this last one, oh man, Tom Cruise is an animal, bro. So I gotta put Mission Impossible over Bond.
I mean, all right, hold on. Let me I think that the Mission Impossible movies, I think all of the Mission Impossible movies are better than all of the Bond movies. Let me not I want you to understand that. Like if I was picking between watching them, they're way better movies. Like and Bond is almost like they sort of take up the same space, but Bond still exists in a place where it's like silly. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just so like all the suave and debonair and like all of that, that's cool, it's there. But you know, his his criminals, dog, they're like Batman's criminals. They're you know what I mean? Like they're fluke. You know what I'm saying? For real. So Mission Impossible is a lot more serious, and the stakes actually feel like they're important. For real.
I was just about to
even
say
if
that.
Bond is trying to save the world,
that.
it's still done with like a level of like, I mean, yeah, but we just messing around. Like, you know what I mean? And like you can't deny the sheer power of the name for Bond as a franchise. Like you can't deny that name.
Come on, Coop. You name your son
But
after
it's the
Ethan
name of
Hunt.
the franchise. But
Nah,
I name
No,
that
I
franchise.
agree
So
with
I'll
Gage
give
because
you.
it's like when you're watching a Bond movie, it's like you're watching a secret agent or a spy do his thing.
That's what
The
it is.
Mission Impossible, you feel like you're there.
I mean,
feel like
You feel like you're there when you're watching the Mission
higher.
Impossible movie, Joe? I mean, Coop.
The tension is higher watching a Mission Impossible movie than it is a 007 movie.
Hey, Sin, he up there just running alongside Ethan Hunt.
You feel like you're a part of that
Because we gotta
running?
do that, yo. Where's the Robert?
I mean, look, I will tell you, look, I'll put it this way. I think that Bond as a franchise is super strong, tons of books, a ton of movies, and I do think that there's something special to be said for being able to just literally like swap out your lead character and just be like, nah, this dude's the dude now. You know what I mean? I do think that there's something to be said for that. But it also comes from a time when like you could kind of get away with doing something like that a little bit more. Like the Bond films are in that same vein as like those old, again, like Pink Panther, like it's them old Pink Panther joints, and you know, Austin Powers is a little more Bond, and it's a lot closer to Bond than it is Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible does feel like I prefer Mission Impossible in terms of like watching one versus the other. I don't know if Mission Impossible is a stronger franchise than Bond. I think like look, knowing that there's another Mission Impossible movie coming, what I'll say is that you look at a Mission Impossible movie, especially now, and you say exactly what you say. You say, "Oh man, Tom Cruise killing it. What kind of crazy stunt is he going to do now?" And you're part of going in to watch it. You're going in to watch that. Like you're going in because you're like, "Oh my God, what is Tom Cruise going to do now?" But like you could do that on any movie that Tom Cruise does. It doesn't necessarily have to be Mission Impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Where like right now, if tomorrow they're like, yeah, Idris Elba's the new Bond, we're gonna lose it. Like it's going off the rails. Period. And it's still gonna be corny, and people are still gonna go see it.
What up, Kidlet?
Hey,
Yo,
Sam.
Hey,
Lit. But to be honest with you, I don't really have a horse in the race. I don't care which one goes where.
I would say I'm still doing Bond over Mission Impossible.
Whatever.
the
You know what I'm
name
saying?
Bond,
Right now, it feels like neither one of them about to be top 5. And so I'm not even really tripping unless we about to bounce Fast and the Furious. And then,
Wow.
Hey, Sen, I'm sorry, but
that's the worst joint
listen,
out of these
listen,
three. Fast
I'm
and
not
Furious
even
is the
trying to
worst
come
one.
for you on this, but Fast is gonna go under Bond and Mission Impossible.
yeah, no,
I agree.
I think Fast and the Furious goes at 7, easy.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
sorry,
It's
Sen.
easily
Like,
the
but that's
worst of
just.
the franchises, period.
Wow.
But I'm still Bond over Mission Impossible. Like,
I'm Bond over Mission Impossible too.
Great time. People enjoy them. The music is dope.
mm-hmm.
They got like Fast and the Furious has one of the first truly like full star cast that I mean I want to say it's pretty diverse, but then I don't know what Dom is, so I can't say. Like I don't know what he is. But like if I'm measuring Fast and the Furious against Matrix, it's certainly not above that. If I'm measuring it against Bond, it certainly doesn't have the clout that Bond has. And I don't think it has the clout that Mission Impossible has, though it's super close because they're almost the same movie.
For real, especially that last one.
They're almost the same movies. Like Fast and the Furious kind of like is the line between the seriousness of Mission Impossible and the silliness that's Bond. Cause like, nah, you're not driving a car in space. Like that's not happening. Like you're not jumping this car out of this building into this building. Like it's ridiculous. But Bond is ridiculous. And the stuff in Mission Impossible is ridiculous, but believable. So it's like, it's in between. And I don't hate to do it to you, Sam, but I would put Fast and Furious at 7 and bump the other two up.
Agreed.
I think Matrix stays at 4. Fast and Furious goes at 7. Sin, by all means, feel free to defend it. Give me how you feel about it. Let's talk about
even if I try to defend, there's no way in hell y'all gonna put that up to number 4. But I will try.
Do it.
I will try.
I mean,
out of everything,
because here's the thing.
this,
like again, go ahead.
I love the diversity in the cast. It's one of the things that I personally connect with about it. Love it.
Mhm.
But when I look at everything else on this list, the majority of it is it came from something else to the movie. Either it was a book, comic, Mission Impossible TV show. Like I know it was a TV show back in the day, all kind of stuff like you talked about, Kay. Like it all came from there to the big screen, where Fast and the Furious was just a movie that just came to the screen, got a cult following, and it took off like wildfire when Justin Lin came back in with the fourth one and made it what it is today, growing into this. I like the idea and the thought of it starting one place as one type of genre. Like people like to say the first one was, oh, it was all about racing in the first one. No, it was a crime drama set in racing world. That's how I see it.
Can I add one piece to that though?
Please go ahead.
It's probably one, if not the top, number one, the top grossing franchise of all time. Over everything that's on this list right here, it's probably made more money or just as much money as the top one we choose. Just saying. Go ahead, though.
Absolutely.
Like there's no this is you not look. If we was doing this joint based on how much money these joints made, this would be very different.
Right.
This would be very different.
I'm just trying to add that piece to him what he's saying.
I know.
Yeah, but like I won't like again, there's no denying how popular the Fast and Furious franchise is, but also I think it's important to recognize that a lot of that just comes out of people just knowing, all right, we just going in here for a good time. It's going to get ridiculous. And as a franchise, what I will tell you, I think is important about Fast and Furious is that it is a continuing story about the same people. You are following that. You have the same thing in Mission Impossible. You don't really have that in Bond. You didn't have it in Bond. You know what I mean? Like the characters are there, but over the course of all of the Bond films, they don't really matter to one another, so to speak. And so I do think that that's also part of what it is. But the Fast and the Furious is born in a time, it really gained its true following in a time where just ahead of what the MCU is. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then took that superhero trope and just took it to, you know what I mean? And like, I don't want to say grounded it because it's not really grounded, so to speak. But again, like I think those movies are stupid, but I also think they're super fun. And I understand why people love the action and love the drama and they're in it for the story. I think people are bought in. I'm anything against that. I also think that people feel the same way about Bond, though. Like, people go to see a Bond film because they're like, I want to see what happens to Bond, regardless of who the person is playing Bond. And Mission Impossible is the same way. What's Ethan Hunt got himself into now, and how's he going to get out of it? Man, because they really make them joints feel like they're impossible. But they pull it off. And it's that tenseness that you get. So you go to see Fast and Furious, it's just exciting and kind of post-pounding, and you're there for the action. And yes, you follow the story. Mission Impossible, you go in there and it's tense. You follow all of that, you get the action, but you also get that like, oh my goodness, what are they going to do? How are they going to get out of this? Blah, blah, blah. And they got some of the best plot twists in movie history, period. Like, period. But again, Sin, would you would you put Fast and Furious over the Matrix? For real?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Why?
First one was good. Second one was cool. Third one was a little iffy. Fourth one was absolutely garbage. I respect everything it did. Like, the first one was amazing. Technology, all that kind of stuff. It was great. But the reason I would say I would put Fast and Furious over it, I've seen how much they've done since it came out to now. Like, now they have stuff at Universal Studios, Rise, and all that kind of stuff. They have video games. They have other shows that are coming from that on Netflix. They have an animated one on Netflix with Dom's little cousin or whatever. Like, they're branching so much further out than themselves because it has been such a major franchise, not just in the U.S., but even overseas. Like, they're pulling in billions.
You know what's then?
What?
I'm gonna tell you something, dog. I don't think the Matrix should be in number 4, dog. I love the Matrix and what it did for the rest of film.
I do too.
But Bond still.
But it's not a stronger franchise than any of the rest of these joints on this. Like, if you look at Matrix as a franchise, It's not a stronger franchise than
That's
Fast
what
and
I'm
Furious.
looking
It's
at.
definitely not a stronger franchise than Bond, and it's not stronger than Mission. Like
I
if I was going to sit down and watch one, like Matrix 1 is dope, and it's super important to everything that's come out after it, including the Fast and Furious. But it's just really the first one.
I'm looking at it as a franchise.
Right?
That's what I'm looking at it like what how it came to be, what it's grown to now with 10 movies, spin-offs, and another one coming. You know what I mean? Like another 2 coming now because they're gonna do a trilogy for the end thing.
I keep it a buck. Hey, Coop.
Mm-hmm.
Is The Matrix a better franchise than Bond?
You're talking to someone who doesn't really watch Bond movies, so I'm gonna say yes.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Okay, cool. So, all right. So jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Is The Matrix a better franchise than Bond?
No.
Okay. K.
I didn't know ask me that question. Of course it is.
I'm gonna ask you. I have to ask you because I know you love them. Listen. Because I need you to give me a real answer. I know you love The Matrix. I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I know you love the trilogy, but I want a real honest answer. Is that franchise? We're talking top franchises. Is that franchise a better franchise than James Bond as a franchise? We're not just talking about like, is The Matrix one of the best cinematic joints? Did it do the most for, you know what I'm saying, for everything after it? I'm talking about as a franchise.
He is the reason why it's on the list because it's one of the better ones. I would honestly put it at number 1 for me, but I know it's like beside the MCU, that's silly. But at the end of the day, the reason why, because I love that film. You know what that film done for me for what I'm trying to do film wise. And its first is one of the films that's told through 3 different mediums at the same time. Internet wasn't really all that popping, but you got a video game, you got the animatrix, which tells the whole entire story of how people got the way they do. And if you play the game and you wonder why Trinity was stuck in that thing, at the end of the game, that's what happened. So you're telling this whole thing, and the story is about birth, life, and death. The whole entire thing. 4th one, garbage. As a fan,
facts.
They should have stopped it, or did it totally differently from what it was. So for me, it's a better franchise for the way I feel about it, when I saw it, what I actually gained from it, and all the things they actually did to make that movie look great. Fantastic. Bond, I can't say that I rushed to the theater, that I read everything about it, that I played 007 to my eyeballs fell out because I love it. That's not the case. The Matrix was everything and is everything to me cinematic-wise. That will always be my number 1 favorite movie of all time over everything that I've seen, except for when I make my own film. That's about it. And I froze. Yes.
No,
it's not.
You didn't.
No, it's not you. You just did that in front of everybody.
Hey, it happened so much, yo.
Yeah, it was.
We lost it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me and Jokes are quite used to that.
Yeah. So like we can just continue like just the strength of, well, you know what's gonna happen. I just realized all of us are gonna get kicked out when he comes back in, so we may all be adding ourselves in anyway.
We'll see. Hold up.
What we got on this?
He made his way back in.
You got it. Okay. You got nothing?
No.
He hasn't jumped in. There we go.
Okay. Everybody still here?
All right.
Yeah. All right. So before I put the list back on the screen, let's just. All right. So Domingo, you are of the mind the Matrix is a better franchise than those other franchises. Frosty, where are you?
It's really hard because like each one has an argument for it as to why it should be higher than the other ones. But if you're thinking about the strongest franchise out of all of them, the one that just like keeps on kicking, most of the movies are
Stark Tech. You mean
watchable?
Yeah. It's been that long since you've done this, Marcus?
Mission Impossible would probably be the strongest one just for like watchability. Like it keeps you in it for most of it. Fast and the Furious would give it a run for its money just because of how much there is and how much they try and incorporate in it. Even the ridiculousness, it kind of just takes off. So I would say that those two would be stronger franchises just because after Matrix 1, it does kind of fall off. The first 3 are great, but like people don't remember the second and third one, and nobody talks about the fourth one. So these other movies have lengthy films, like a list of films, so that are memorable. So yeah, I would probably have to say Fast, just because of the pure fan fan service that they essentially do in their films. Like, it's a strong contender just for that reason.
We're only talking about the franchise here. Not what's the better movie, just franchise as a whole.
Fast and Furious would move up for me.
I mean, I gotta say, if I'm right now, if I'm putting these in order, these 4, it would be for strength. It would be Bond, Mission Impossible, Fast, and then Matrix.
From 4 to 7.
Yes.
4 to 7. All right, say that one more time then.
For me, it would be. Hold on, I'm just gonna move it. I'm gonna show you. It would be Bond, Mission, Fast, and then Matrix. For me,
I won't fight that. I'm actually good with that.
well, I'm sure you are, because I know Bond is your favorite out of these joints, so I'm sure you're fine with it. But like, everybody else, talk to me, so we can get on to the final 3.
I'm still with. I know I'm the minority in this, but I'm still with my original one: Fast, Bond, Mission, Matrix.
Anybody else?
I just don't agree that Bond should be that high. Like, that some of the, like, I understand that when the older ones came out, like they were huge for people, but like they don't really stand now. Like, I haven't seen any of those, and I know a lot of people who've never seen some of the older ones. So
I would definitely say
Bond.
Bond.
Even if you've never seen it, you know 007 in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the name itself kind of like.
I still don't think it's like the strongest franchise out of all of these.
If you want to go strong, so here's the thing. I think obviously Bond, I feel like one can be more of an international type of thing. If we're gonna go to that type of level, like, don't get me wrong, Mission Impossible, I'm sure overseas it can be a thing, but I don't think it has the same hold that Bond can have both internationally here and over, like, say, UK, things like that. If you want to take it to the next level, Bond has partnerships with so many other things. Like, if we're going to take it outside of the realm of the movies, like, you don't see Mission Impossible potentially having a car made specifically for the movie. Bond will have a specific Aston Martin made for the movie. You'll see partnerships with, like, drinks, whether it be beer, wine, all those type of things. Mission Impossible doesn't do any of those type of things. So I think for
you could listen. Like, I hear you.
I'm just throwing extra things.
I hear you. I'm just saying that, like, you could also argue that Mission Impossible doesn't need those things. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, saying that, like, it's dope that Bond has it, you could also argue that, like, the other ones don't need it. So, like, that I don't know that necessarily helps you, but I will say that I just think, look, I wouldn't want to necessarily give it to Bond just because Bond has more movies because it's so old.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do think that something that is that old, that they manages to recreate itself and still be relevant. Like, what's the name of that franchise? I mean, the Kingsman. There's no Kingsman without Bond. Nobody said Kingsman. I know all y'all love them joints. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Nobody said Kingsman. There is no Kingsman without Bond. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do think that there's something to be said for not just its longevity and its ability over time to reinvent itself, not just to make itself relevant currently. You're talking about something that's been out since like the 50s, to reinvent itself to still be something that's important to people and people still fight over. You know what I'm saying? Are still mad about if they don't do something the right way or whatever, because there are characters that matter to people, right? But also that can reinvent itself from just a straight up standpoint of like, nah, we're going to take a different person and put that person in this role. And then to do it again, most recently, and put somebody in the role who nobody felt like had the right look or the feel to be Bond, but pulls it off and makes it work, and people still like bang with the movie, I think is a big deal. I think the fact that something like this is impossible, even though it had a TV show years and years ago, that it took until the 90s before it could do something successfully in the movies that mattered. The fact that there are still movies this far out is a big deal, but there also feels like there should be a lot more of those movies if that's the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll concede to this list
has,
as it is.
I'll say next thing we could just go is like how much money, like say the last of each movie made. Like if we're just, I don't know. I'm just throwing other things out there to compare it to, but I don't think that's.
I say Bond is definitely up there because there's so many other movies and things in this world that parody Bond, and you know exactly what it is they're doing. You know, it's that relevant. You know,
100%. 100%.
Is that relevant that you could parody Bond?
I mean,
you know
look,
exactly what it is they're doing.
I'm going to say this. I am for the list as it sits right now. Jokes, you're good for the list as it sits. Frosty, you say you'll concede to it being as it sits, so that's 3. I know K's not happy. I know Sin isn't happy. Where are you, Coop? Because if you're good with it, that's
I mean,
4 of us, and it's done.
Honestly, I would switch Matrix and Fast and Furious, but I think this is starting to make sense. I like it where it is. I like where it is.
All right,
I love you, Steve.
Let's wrap it up.
That's what it is.
Let's wrap it up.
With that, I got
Let's have a big old fight.
Oh Lord!
We just spent so much time on all of those that we're going into this.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm just going to say it. MCU, Star Wars, Wizarding World. That's where I'm at.
Honestly, that's how are you ranking that? Is that 1, 2, 3 or?
Yes.
Just put it on screen.
MCU at 1, Star Wars at 2, Wizarding World at 3. That's where I'm at.
I'm not upset about it. Like,
move MCU to number 1. I don't think that one's going to be an argument at all. I think you can easily move that in number 1.
I don't think there should be an argument with it as it is now. Like 1, 2, 3, MCU, Star Wars, Wizarding World. Like MCU reaches so many different people. It includes so many different things. And like, don't get me wrong, I will holler the Star Wars good word all day long. But MCU did something that no one else has ever been able to do, and it spanned over a decade, and it's still going. Whether that's for its benefit or not is another question. But I mean, I think this is exactly where it should be.
All right. Anybody else? Joe's, where you at?
I disagree. I think Star Wars should be number 1. And it's funny because I don't even like Star Wars anymore. But it's just like Star Wars is just you. My mom knows Darth Vader. My grandma knows who Darth Vader. Like these are just things that you can just say and just know. You know,
your mom knows Captain America.
I was about to say
Spider-Man, Iron Man.
Nah. Honestly, they would know. I think wholeheartedly they would know Star Wars before they would know MCU.
And listen, I'm not gonna say you wrong. Star Wars been around since before you was born, my guy. So they should know. They should know.
Yeah.
But it was revolutionary when they came out.
And then I go back, like I said, with Jurassic Park, like it has its own park, it has its own resort. You know, it's just like
but they're part of the same company, and so does the MCU. Like it's
all 3 of them have a park, whether it's as
All
big
three of
or
those
little
ones.
as the other one.
Yeah.
If we're going based on park size,
Yeah.
Wizarding World is
all
number
under,
one.
all under
Like,
the same banner. All under the same banner too. I could,
No, Wizarding World's not.
is it not?
That's not under Universal and
Oh yeah, no.
It's-
Wizarding World
That's
is Universal.
The other two are Disney.
Disney.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
I'm
not under
tripping.
the same
The
banner.
parks are right there.
But still, we understand they all have their own. They all have their own thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this one I think I could let this battle go. I personally would do Wizard World over Star Wars, believe it or not.
Wow. That's surprising.
Personally, for me, I leave it the same just as it is right now.
But
I'll leave it
because
just
I
as
think
it
I
is.
would get outvoted easily. So I
You
think I would.
definitely would.
I mean, listen, I'm willing to
Just
hear
because it's
it.
your birthday,
Yeah, man,
don't
that's
mean nothing.
Hey, look, man, it don't have to mean it means something to me, but that little Wizard World thing don't mean nothing to me. That's like I said,
It
bro.
still made your list, so this is still your fault. So that's my argument.
Yeah, he's got a point.
I was gonna say,
got a
it's
point.
not wrong.
Yeah, what 10?
That
It
joint has
doesn't- it doesn't- it is. It was
You didn't vote for Wizarding World, we wouldn't
You know
have
what?
this problem
You
right
know
now.
what's on my list?
Bill
You know
Gates
what?
on your
I
list.
screen out. I didn't
rest-
expand my screen
I
out
rest
for
my
I
case.
see another choice.
This is what I was saying.
Zaina says MCU has an unfair advantage due to the longevity of comics alone, but even still, the MCU has done something that everyone has attempted to recreate and no one has succeeded. I mean,
That's very true.
I think that there's something to be said for that. My argument.
I got something for that. Coming
What's
into the world, first going to my first Comic-Con with you guys and seeing real live people dressed up like anime characters that I seen on television. Most of them I had no idea who they were. So at the end of the day, when it comes down for me, the MCU was exactly like me going to Awesome Con for the very first time. I knew about Spider-Man. I consider myself to be a big Spider-Man fan, not compared to where you are, but I can say, okay, first you got New York, you got Spidey not being the dude. What would you do if you had the powers? That's why I like 3 so much. Because, like, what would you do if you had the power? Would you be a villain or would you do something else? That's why
you say you like Spider-Man 3 that much, like
because, dude, it's like one. I didn't know. I never seen all of things come into one. But the fact is, if I had superpowers, my dilemma would be: would I be a villain? Would I be like Deadpool, or would I help people? And when Spidey got people weren't listening to him, weren't doing what he needed to do, and he said, "You know what? Forget that. I'm gonna be who I want to be." And he was that emo guy. I said, I understood that. That's why I said that. But when it comes down to it, when it gets to that side, oh yeah, I did do that dance to you. I got you. So it's like, but when it comes down to MCU, it's like I didn't read the comics heavy. So for me, my first initial thing for seeing every superhero movie, and especially how they blended together, it's just that sheer fact of saying, okay, I didn't read the comics, but I know how it felt to stand in line. And when we was going in to Infinity War, and knowing we going, people laughing, joking, ha ha ha. When we was going in that line and everybody's face was screw face, and I'm like, what was going on? What's happening? And then you watch every your character get dusted.
oh,
But the feeling what it was, look, dude, you can go on YouTube and watch the crowd reaction for when everybody came back. Every time I see that, John, and then when it comes down to it, and even when you watch, I think I forgot the end of it. I think it's Winter Soldier. When it goes to cut, he says Avengers, and it goes and it just cuts. You never hear him say a symbol until that one time. But when that joint happens, and everybody was there in your collective
That was
theater.
a moment.
goose.
Hail
Got,
Hydra.
got the goose.
Listen,
Yeah.
it was like those
Got the
three,
goosies.
those multiple moments right back. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't mean to take this,
I'm not
but picking up Mjolnir, doing Avengers Assemble. What
Oh,
I tell you,
Hail
on your
Hydra,
left. On your left.
America's
listen,
ass.
on your left, those
Oh.
three just in rapid,
Oh.
like literally
Honestly,
within like.
Honestly, you could start the movie when the Hulk snaps, and you
And
could like
listen,
watch.
we about to
the
get
rest
off on
of
the
it.
tangent. So
That's what I'm saying.
As soon as the Hulk snaps his fingers, that's like a whole different movie for
Yeah,
real.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
that's
in
turn
the
up
end,
time.
Yeah.
and
Turn
all of
down,
us
though, for the Hulk.
collectively have went to go see the movie, and we did our best to not tell anybody when we were. If you ain't see it Thursday night or Wednesday night when it came on, you want to wait to Saturday, you want to wait to Sunday. You like, I don't even want to talk to you, bro.
How many of us went to see it at like 2 a.m?
Yeah.
Because that's the first time something like that happened.
Twice, bro. Twice.
Yeah, I saw it twice,
Back
back
to
to back. I went and watched it. Then
Back
I
to
met
back.
up with Zaina and Gage and went to the theater
Yeah.
with them. came out when the sun was coming up.
Yeah,
like
that's an old. That
doesn't happen.
Right.
Yeah, it does not happen.
So Star Wars, bro. I mean, I went to go see Star Wars when I was young. My aunt took me to go see that too, and I got that. And that was at that time, bro. That was it. It was, it was big time.
Yeah.
Lucas, all that. I got you. And for being the oldest cat in this whole circle right here,
happy birthday.
and being like, because that's the thing that get me when we talk half the time. It's like y'all wasn't even really here at the time, or you were very, very young when I was spending like weekends and days at the movie theater when it cost like $2.50 to go see. So it was like, those are the things. I know those are the days, bro. And if you didn't go past the turnstile,
why you in the Don Cheadle joint though?
I do, son.
60.
Listen, but that's when you ain't go past the turnstile and you saw your mans and them coming in, you be like, yo, you just come back around and go back and watch the movie again, whole day. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, when y'all see it and you say you watch it on VHS, you watch it on beta, whatever, you wasn't even one of those people standing in Earl's video asking, yo, is it VHS or beta? Oh, okay, you ain't them days. So going to the movies and still paying and have that experience to go to it and recreating that when you're in your home, it's a whole different thing. So Star Wars is that thing, but going to see the MCU like we did, hardcore, bro, and staying to the end.
Okay, you sold me. MCU's number one.
Yeah, dog.
You were arguing that, cool?
To be honest with you,
I was arguing. I was.
Yeah, you was wrong when you said it, but like,
he was serious though.
He's gotta hear you out. He's gotta be fair.
Yeah, I was willing to hear you, but then when you started talking, you was wrong. So it's just like, all right, I mean, listen. I got so many memories of Star Wars and going to see Star Wars in the theater. It took that so long to get sequels. You know what I mean? Yes. So like as a franchise, like those three, just those original three, so strong and stood for so long. And every time they did anything, it was a spectacle. And people love it so much. It's like even when you turn around and you try to make it what they couldn't achieve cinematically because computers couldn't do it and blah 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 when they first put the movie out, George Lucas changed that joint. They're like, no, we don't want these computer animated animals.
Give us our puppets.
If you don't put them ugly puppets back in this joint,
I don't like the CG Yoda. That is blasphemy.
Wild, bro. Like re-releases for those movies in the theater, re-releases for those movies on VH, like a huge, incredible big deal. The thing about it is,
just to add to your point, Gage, that you're making, just how people were so mad, like off the puppets and the CG and all that stuff. Even when they changed the colors of the lightsaber from a different blue in the first one to a slightly different hue, oh my god,
steaming. So like, there's no doubt that Star Wars is a powerful and a strong franchise. However, that joint has like 3 good movies out of 9. No, out of like 12. There's like 3 good movies. And those 3 aren't even the original trilogy. Because Rogue One, I think, is better than all of them.
Yeah, Rogue One, I think is the most solid of all of them.
It's the most solid of all of them.
Yeah.
Nah.
But and for real, and look, I like the sequel trilogy, but like,
same here.
You know, and that last joint, them last 3, I want to like them. I want to. That's
I fight so hard to try.
Like them, but the story's good.
That's what I hate.
It hurts itself there. You know what I'm saying? I will be honest that like if it wasn't for the strength of as a franchise outside of the movies, all of the other things, Wizarding World is a better franchise than Star Wars. 1,000%. 1,000. Like that joint has no misses for real. Like even if you take the ones that people don't like as much as they like the other ones, all of them joints are bangers. All of them. And Star Wars has some incredible misses. So as much as people love it, the strength of what it is just off those first 3, for real, off the first 2, that's saying something. But like, if you was to go movie for movie, Wizarding World is beating Star Wars.
Yeah,
Period.
It will in that sense, absolutely. Yeah.
Period. It's beating it.
789 couldn't survive.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. And to be honest, the prequels might not.
I would say 1, 2, 3, like depending how you feel. Yeah, they would have a very shaky time trying to go up against Harry Potter. Yeah.
And I'll give you another 100. The original Star Wars, like the first 30 minutes of that movie is boring. Straight up.
New Hope.
Straight up boring.
I'll heed to you on that only because I've seen it so many times, and as a genuine fan of it and love it, like I don't see it the same way, but I can concede to that.
You know where it's going.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you already know where it's going.
Yeah.
But like, without knowing where it's going, it's a little harder. However, I think in terms of what the actual strength of like, just again, like, I don't know. Like now, to be honest, if you go somewhere and you scream out Star Wars versus going somewhere and scream out Wizarding World, they might not respond to Wizarding World, but they'll respond to Harry Potter. Like they might not.
I didn't realize how big Star Wars was outside of the U.S. until I went to Japan, and I never expected to see that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna see like Naruto everywhere. I'm gonna see Gundam everywhere. I saw those everywhere, but like right after that was Star Wars, and I'm like, it just literally blew my mind. Like I didn't realize how far it went. You know what I mean? Over there, like this is
Star
a thing.
Wars
Like
Celebration
I can't go
2025.
In Japan, yeah,
I will be there.
That's what I'm talking about.
All
I mean,
right.
again, it takes something to be a special franchise to be able to do something like Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
Like it just, it does. It takes something special to make people again, and like it's not like the Wizarding World doesn't have it, dog. Because if you call somebody by their wrong house name, they're gonna let you know.
Don't talk down to Hufflepuffs.
Them Jones, they weak though. But like, there you go. But I'm just saying, like,
it's fine. I'm a Slitherpuff.
People, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are proud of like their like. This is I'm a Gryffindor. Like, don't even talk to me. Like they be on it. Like it's a real thing. It's so serious for people, and that I think again, those three things. I think all of them do some very important things. Starting with a lot of the franchises that we have talked about and named that are on this list are not franchises that I really think you can truly enjoy as a child. Like I don't think The Matrix is for children. I don't think Fast and Furious is for children. Bond is not for children. But like MCU, Harry Potter, Star Wars, sit them down in front of that, let them have it. I think that makes a huge difference because part of what it is these are franchises that make fans for life from the very beginning. Like when you're in, you're just in. And the fact that those franchises, those brands are strong enough that they got them on their wall and they tattoo them on their body and they make clothes that have the labels and all of that. I think all of that. Slither gang. Hey, dog, listen, I got 2 houses. We're not going to discuss that.
What?
I'm undecided.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, let me, if I can remember, it's Gryffindor by night. I know that by day.
Other way around.
Gryffindor by
it's the other way around. Yeah,
Gryffindor is my day house.
Yeah.
My night house.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, listen. I think you can make an argument for a lot of the different things that are on this list. Let me just put the list back up on screen and let's talk about what it is.
Well, Xander said these are the top 3 money makers for Lego.
I believe it.
Yeah, I completely believe it.
100%. So let's run it down from number 10. At number 10, Toy Story. At number 9, Jurassic Park. At number 8, Middle Earth. At number 7,
and
list maker said
Wayne
nope,
Tech, baby.
I don't
Wayne
agree.
Tech.
Listen, no,
Strikes again, baby.
Talk Studio said, I do not agree with your list.
No, it does not agree. No, Wayne Tech doesn't agree with the list, Joe. It's Wayne Tech.
I remember when it was me. I remember it was me all the time.
What do you mean?
Star Wars is carrying Lego on his back. I actually really, really do believe that.
I ain't gonna lie. I really want that Avengers Tower Lego set, and I have nowhere to put that thing.
Yeah. Look, I want the Millennium Falcon. I ain't got nowhere to put it.
I want the Venator, but I have that monstrosity taking up an entire table.
You're pointing over there. What's the monstrosity that you're talking about, Frosty?
You don't see it? The giant Lego Star
Destroyer. I can see what you're pointing to. Yeah. Oh, that's dope.
Hey, my
Is it fully put together?
Yeah, that's an entire. It took me all of the Star Wars movies to build that.
Wow.
I believe it.
That's dope. That is dope. Oh, hey, jokes. According to Zayna, the tower is like.
Yep, I saw. Hey, listen, I'm not that buying Gundam.
We're not forgetting Back to the Future, Andrew.
Oh no,
it got voted off
the island.
It was on the list, but unfortunately, what it was up against, it had to come off the list.
Yeah, we had to get rid of that thing.
Sorry, Andrew. I feel your pain.
You be all right. You be all right. All right. Solid list. What that means is that when we go to Ocean City in a couple of weeks, our starting three for this list is going to be the MCU, Star Wars, and then Wizarding World.
Mm-hmm.
That is how the list will start.
That's a solid start. Not mad at it.
Very interesting. The first person who walks up and be like, "Nah, I want Matrix at number one." The moon goes,
"Where's the hammer?" Bang, bang, bang.
Bang. Hey, listen, man, y'all gonna mess around and waste y'all vetoes on each other. It's gonna be hilarious.
Hey, look, I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm so ready.
Hilarious. Okay. Look, I think it's a solid list, no matter how you slice it. This list could have gone any number of ways. To be honest, while I think there are still some very, very good arguments to be had for anything that's on any position and it moving one or two slots in some way or the other. I think for real, for the most part, and done fairly, you know what I mean, based on the list that everybody gave, I think it's a very, very solid list. So we're gonna wrap this up. We'll be back next Tuesday with a new show. Sam, what's going on Thursday?
Thursday, through the park, we've started a new venture, summertime rendering. I think jokes would agree with me when I say, yeah, this thing is fire. Like we spend most of the time like exclaiming ourselves at the screen, like what? Like what is going on? I think you actually might like it, Gage. It might be in your vein. It's a whodunit kind of thing, murder mystery. Like, okay, the main character trying to figure out what's going on. But it's I hate to spoil it, but it's told in episode 1, so whatever. It's like a Groundhog Day situation with it. So the guy keeps reliving the same day, trying to put together what's happened, and as he learns things and things happening, and apparently it gets way worse. But we had a great time with the first 3 episodes, so we're doing 4, 5, and 6 this Thursday, 9:30 in Thriller Park. So join in case anybody wants to catch up beforehand. Starting at 8:30, I'll be in there just running the first 3 episodes again, just because if anybody wants to see what happens. So yeah, join us, tune in. It was a lot of fun last week, and we're looking forward to seeing where this is going to go. So yes, summertime rendering, Thriller Park, Thursday, 9:30.
Jokes, what's going on in wrestling?
This weekend we got AEW Full Gear coming up. So we're going to be getting together Friday night and recording our predictions to put up and have go live, so people will be able to tune into that and watch before Full Gear kicks off on Saturday.
Sounds fantastic. So look, we don't have anything major happening until we show up in a couple weeks, December 9th. We will be live and direct at Ocean City Comic-Con, redoing this same thing, oddly enough. But it goes very differently when we do it in person. We will start with those top 3. The difference will be that anybody who comes to the panel.
I can't remember. Are we going to let them know what our list was full before we start, or we're just going to start with the?
Nah, we're just going to give them 3.
Okay.
That take too long. We can sidebar.
I couldn't remember. That's why I asked. Okay.
Yeah. So Anybody who comes in the room will be able to raise their hand and take any franchise.
You do. Right on time. Right on time.
Why would you do that, J. Robert? That's how it goes. You missed a wonderful conversation that you're going to be very upset you missed.
Oh yeah.
I know you had a lot to say about this list. Yeah, people will be able to walk into the room and take any franchise and put it anywhere on the list. We have the right to veto once. Everybody on this panel gets one veto. So we can veto anything one time. Anybody else in the room can challenge any change somebody wants to make. If they challenge, they must beat that person in a best 2 out of 3 rock, paper, scissors. And if the challenger loses, they got to eat one of them nasty beans. And that's how that goes. That is totally fair. Sorry for you. Feel better.
Yeah, please.
So yeah, it's gonna be a really good time. I don't have the time for the panel just yet, but as I get it, we'll get the information out.
I want to make all wrestling, J. Robert. We had a whole theme today.
That was literally not even a whole percent of this show.
That was just letting them know what's coming up. That's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. So a couple of things. One, again, Extra Life went extremely well. We ended up raising over $3,200. I owe y'all a dance. It's coming. I've been very tired, and I have worked. This is my first day off in like 8 days. So like it's just been a little hectic. I'm a little tired, but it's coming. 2, I highly recommend you make it out to Ocean City if you can, because somebody's gonna be dressed like Barbie. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be dope and interesting. And look, we paid a piper. I also want you to know it's not too late to donate to make sure that Sin gets the Superman S cut in the side of his head. It's not too late. Wow. I mean, I'm in. We might make donations.
Absolutely. Not J. Robert.
You can borrow my wig.
Getting stepped on.
Barbie getting stepped on? Let me think about that.
Yeah.
So then you're Barbie.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
So again, that's the big thing that we have coming up. We will discuss and figure out what we're doing for Popeyes and Pajamas for the end of the year, as well as what the movie of the month will be for December. So we still have to get that sorted out. We do have MagFest coming the 3rd week of January. So again, things are lining up. And we technically just put stuff on the books for next June. We kind of already had stuff up through July. So like we're, Marius Barbie stepping on Sin. That's the photo I want. I mean, listen, if you pay for it, if you donate.
I mean, who knows what can happen to Ocean City? I'll leave it at that. Like, we don't know.
You donate. We can make it happen.
I mean,
and if you donate enough, we could probably get Prince. You know what I'm saying? And get it signed.
I don't know about the Prince.
No, I don't need that.
I don't know about that part of it. But we might be able to do a step or something like that. I'm just saying.
Step, side to side. All right, so it has been a very long show. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us, for tuning in, for sharing with us what your top 10 franchises are and your thoughts on what we have. Sin is Connecticut enough. It's been real. Yes, large print.
No,
not happening. Not happening.
Me and Mario on the same page on that one.
I'm just saying, man, if the money is right, they don't need to know. J. Rob seems like
you can donate. You can donate, and to me, and I will play on stream the Don't Scream game in my Barbie cosplay. That's
true. You can have that, Frosty. You
Yep.
can have that.
That's true.
No Prince. Like, you can have that.
You know what? I'm gonna say it for later. So, on that note, we're gonna wrap this up. again, I want to appreciate everybody. I need to take another moment just to say happy born day to my man Domingo. Thank you for taking time out on your day to spend with us to do this. That's super dope, super important. You could be doing anything in the world, but you're here with us, and I appreciate that. I really do mean that. So love you, bro. Happy birthday.
Thanks, bro.
Thank you, Coop. Thank you, Frosty. For myself, for saying for jokes. Jokes, if you would do me a favor, tell the people what I need them to hear, and then we're gonna let Sin talk to the patrons. Then we get out.
Just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
Sin?
Before we get out of here, let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, Alex Lee, LSMC, and Kermit Ferguson. Thank you very, very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
It's a fact. We are out. Toodles and loose.
Loading snacks.